What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope all is well. Everyone is giving their take on this Colorado game versus Stanford. Everybody's weighing in on it, of course, because Colorado is still the biggest show in town. Despite their loss to Stanford, people are still going to be talking about them. And I'm going to be talking about why that's a good thing still. Everything comes along with the territory. When you have the spotlight and everyone is looking at you and you the talk of the town and things like that, well, then you're going to have to accept constructive criticism and hate is going to come your way. And I'm going to talk about that word hate because haters is used loosely. And we're going to define what a hater is. Now, when someone is giving their opinion, without, like, for example, someone like myself, if I'm giving my opinion, I still rock with the team, right? But if I see them doing something, if they messing up, I'm gonna say it. It's not that I'm a hater. It's not that I'm a fake supporter. It's just that I'm not afraid to give my opinion. And I could see if I was nitpicking on these players' lives and stuff like that, and saying stuff that I consider to be out of pocket, then yeah, I'm a hater. But no, I'm not a hater. Um, LaVar Arrington. If you don't know who, no, this is what LaVar Arrington, he was like, these players got to stop acting like they're already Deion Sanders. They got to stop saying that they're him. You got to prove you the man before you the man, right? Ric Flair used to say back in the day, in order to beat the man, in order to beat a man, you got to beat the man. And when I say that, I agree with them. When I say that, that's not being a hater. That's just real life. And I'm just not afraid to give my opinion. So there was a few people that came into the live chat last night. They're saying that you're a hater, stuff like that. Well, then if you're gonna call me that, then you just call me that. Um, they blew a 29-point lead. I went back and watched it. Well, I went back and watched the highlights to figure out when did this happen. And you could clearly see, like, if you go back and watch it, Stanford had a plan. And what they did was they started changing their plan on the fly. They started adjusting to what was going on in the game. They were well coached and everything like that. I just have to say that. And I'm sure Coach Prime will agree. They adjust. Well, I don't know what that coach said to his team after the halftime. I mean, during halftime. But whatever he said, it worked. And the only thing I could come up with, just like Coach Prime said, they became complacent. That's the only thing that makes sense here. And because they were playing a beautiful game, you know, he was doing what he had to do. He threw for over 400. He threw for 400. Let me see. He threw for 400 yards here. What more can he do? What more can he do? Let me see. Shador. He threw for 400 yards even. 400 yards, 5 touchdowns. What more can he do? Okay. But you can't win this game with just a couple of people. This is the ultimate team game, as they say. Um, he featured Travis Hunter a lot. Travis did his thing. He did. You know, but I was taught early on, you got to have a well-balanced offense. You got to keep the defense guessing. And they did a really good job of that in the first half. They did. What they doing was working. But then see what happens is when you got a coach that be sitting up there playing chess and strategizing, when you got an offensive coordinator that's sitting there strategizing, they're going to figure out what you're doing and they're going to exploit it. And they did. They exploited them. They started exploiting the freshman, Stoutmeyer. They exploited him because they were targeting him. I went back and looked. They were targeting him. And they were targeting Travis too. And they were very successful in doing it. Now, here's the thing. They did have some lucky plays there. That play where Travis was defending the wide receiver and he caught the pass off his helmet and walked into the end zone with the ball on Travis' helmet, that was pure luck. But sometime, you know, the luck of the Irish will drop your way, will fall your way. But that was pure luck. But they were not going to be denied, though. They were not going to be denied. And sometime you prepare and you work hard enough, you create your own luck. I don't believe you just become lucky. You have to create it. And they created it. So they might have the attitudes of anybody that will say something they don't like is a hater. I'm feeling that. These fake fans, they're fake supporters, they're haters. Let me tell you something. You lucky people are talking about you. That means you're doing something right. But when you lose, people gonna talk about that too. They just come with the territory. That's with anybody. It's not like everybody that's talking unfavorably to you want to see you fail. That's not it. So I'm just gonna let LaVar Arrington talk here, and let's hear what he has to say because if you don't know who LaVar Arrington is, he played at Penn State. He also played in the NFL as well. New York Giants. Now that you guys call them the Washington Commanders, but they used to be the Redskins back in the day, and then the Detroit Lions. He came from what you call linebacker university. Penn State, that they coined it linebacker U. So that's LaVar Arrington. So I really is interested in what he got to say here. Because if I say it, it comes off different. But let LaVar talk about it and see what he got to say. So let's see here. LaVar Arrington. I'm sure my old school folks, y'all know who LaVar Arrington is. So let's see. Let's see what LaVar is saying.
Like, honestly, they could have run the ball, let the clock run the entire second half, and they win that game. I felt they got somewhat cocky offensively.
Let me go back.
They was making it a game.
He's also talking to Plaxico Burress as well, and TJ Houshmandzadeh. So all these players played in the NFL. If you know who TJ Houshmandzadeh is, you know he is a dog, straight up dog. So when you got these guys talking about you, I'm going to listen.
And I'm like, how many times are you going to let this receiver run a slant route? Like, how many? That's all he was running was slant route, slant route, slant route, slant route. They put Travis Hunter on him, still running slant routes. He makes a great catch with great coverage. It's a great play by the receiver. But to me, it felt as if Colorado got very complacent. They relaxed. They put their guard down. And it was as if when we got up 29-0, now we just trying to pad our stats. We really trying to beat them 50-0. Like, honestly, they could have run the ball, let the clock run the entire second half, and they
hold on, timeout. Yeah, we're not gonna have that in here. I'm not sure who you're talking about, but I don't dick rod anybody. So I don't know if you're just talking in general, but you saying daddy ball, like who are you saying this? Like you talking about just the Colorado fans in general? Because I don't think everybody do that. You know, you have one side of the coin. Some people say we're fake fans, and some people say we bandwagon fans. But sure as hell, when I see Dick Rodder, that's just I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? No, it's not that. I've been saying it. They need to, listen, I've been going so hard on these coaches. I feel like I got to stop at this point because I feel like I'm picking on them. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely not me because I said that I don't know what's going on with McCaskill. I the one said that he need to transfer to USC. I said that. I said if they're not going to use him, just he might want to transfer at this point. You know, and then people saying, "Oh, why are you saying he need to transfer?" And then somebody told me I'm being negative. So yeah, that definitely don't apply to me. It definitely doesn't because I'm pretty sure they don't like my commentary, especially the coaches. I'm pretty sure of it. They do not like my commentary. But I'd rather let TJ Houshmandzadeh, LaVar Arrington, and let me see, TJ Hushmanzada, LaVar Arrington, and Plaxico Burress. I'd rather them say it because they played in the NFL. So it'll hit different if they say it. Like they said it, they should have ran the ball and ran that clock. It was one point during the game where one of the announcers caught what Coach Prime was doing. He was telling them to slow the pace down. Even Coach Prime saw it. He was telling them to slow the pace down. You got to. They have terrible clock management. Terrible. This is not the play. And look, if you notice, I'm not even blaming the players. I'm not blaming the players. It's the coaches. It's not the players. You know why I say it's not the players? Hankerson can run that ball all day long. Dylan Edwards, I know people talk about his size. I guarantee you, remember when Shador threw to him in the flat? What did he do? That man went and took off. Not only did he get the first down, he got more yards. What more can Xavier Weaver do? How many touchdowns did he get? Let me look. Hold on one second. Xavier Weaver. He caught 2 touchdowns for 124 yards. Travis Hunter, 140 yards, 2 touchdowns. What more can they do, man? What more can they do? They're not perfect, but what more can they do? It's the clock management. Like, look, they're up by 29. They see that the tide is starting to shift. Coach saw it because he talked about it. Coach Prime talked about it. He saw that it was shifting. And at some point during the game, he told them to slow it down and just run the ball. If you got a punt, so be it. Slow it down. But they're going to talk about like they felt like they were getting ready to try to pad their stats. They thought they had this in the bag. And like I said, this hit differently when these 3 gentlemen are saying it. Now, when I say it, I'm a hater, but let them say it. Now, we had a gentleman on last night on the live chat. He played college ball, and I believe him, man. He sat up there and broke the whole game down last night. And he even broke down why Shiloh Sanders was upset with the freshman. He broke it down, and then when he broke it down, I understood why Shiloh was upset. That play when Shiloh started yelling, that might not have been his fault. It was something that the cornerback did wrong. And I know that Coach Prime said he also said that the cornerbacks didn't do their job. Let me look at the defense here. Roderick Ward played his ass off. I mean, he's a safety. And another question I have, okay, Roderick Ward, he had 9 tackles. He led the team in tackles, right? Trevor Woods played linebacker. So you got Trevor Woods at linebacker, and you got Juju John. I know somebody named Juju John. I keep calling him that. Juju Mitchell on the bench. Why is he on the bench? Like, what did he do for him to sit out? They might want to tell us that. What did he do? Now, here's another thing. Where is Demoy Kennedy? Because I thought the linebacker coach said, yeah, he playing. And he did say that. He said that the linebackers coach said that, yeah, Demoy, he's healthy and he's in the starting role. We're going to see him this week. I don't remember seeing him, but maybe I'm wrong. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Did he play linebacker this game? And also somebody did Gant play linebacker this game, and also the kid that played at Colorado last year, or he's from Denver or something. Did he play? But despite all of that, they were doing good though in the first half, so it didn't matter. Okay, what they were doing was working, but then they didn't slow the ball down. They didn't slow the game down. It's almost like they're right. It's almost like they wanted to pad their stats. I don't know if they still thinking Heisman Trophy, but at this point, there's no Heisman Trophy. I'm just telling you. And I'm not afraid to say it. There's no Heisman Trophy at this point. Right now. It's really maybe next year, you know? But like, are they trying to pad their stats? Like, what were they trying to do? Why ain't giving McCaskill more touches? You see what he did his freshman year at Houston. I mean, is it a possibility that you have to give Travis like a certain amount of looks? What about the other players? Now, I'm telling you right now, you got 5 games left. Out of the 5 games you have left, they have already studied you like a book. They've already done it. At this point, they already done it. If you let Stanford come back like that, what you think UCLA is capable of now? If y'all don't fix whatever it is in that locker room, you know? So yeah, it's not me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sitting up here dick riding. I'm not. I guarantee you on everything that I love, they don't like my commentary. I tell you that. I'm telling you that right now. Because yeah, when everything is good, like, if I see something, I'm gonna say it. You know, it don't matter if I played Power Five or not. It don't matter. I know good football when I see it. In the first half, yeah, it was working. It was, but Stanford, I mean, what did they do, man? Did they tap into the force? Did they tap into the force when they were in that halftime? Did they become one with the force? Like what happened? So yeah, I'm definitely not doing it, but I'd still rock with the team. I do. They still can be bowl eligible. They still can. It's going to be hard though, but they can win those 2 games. They can win. They can manage 2 games and get to a bowl game. Absolutely. And then it's all a success, really. I mean, they still winning. I mean, this team was 1-11 last year, So you pretty much brought in a new team. Sometime it takes a couple years for teams to really know their playbook and build it up, and but see, this is what I'm afraid of with this team. We had somebody come on last night. He said sometime it could take a couple years for this offensive line and the defense to get it together, know the playbook. The playbook is very complex. It takes a while. But the coaches might look at it and like, okay, you ain't get the job done. Let me go back in the portal. You're still going to have the same problem next year. I'm just telling you. I don't have to go in my crystal ball. You guys will still have the same problem next year because then all the new players got to come in and learn the playbook. And when are they going to get to camp? Are they going to get in the transfer portal and get there by the spring? Or are they going to get there by training camp? You'll still have the same problem. You're still going to have the same problem. Don't matter who you bring there, man. It takes a while for this to happen. Now, despite all of that, you guys are still winning. Despite all of that. Okay? You're still above 500. But imagine if these players had a couple years together to really get it down. You know what I'm saying? Then you guys will be more than winning. But I'm afraid the coaches, because the coaches already said in the meeting, I'm not putting no words in. I'm not just making this up. They said, look, y'all better figure out what y'all want to do or y'all not going to be here. They said it. So pretty much what they're saying is we're not even trying to give you a chance. Either you're going to win now or not. You're either going to win now and be perfect or you out of here. So you'll have the same problem next year. See, you guys don't have the luxury of Alabamas and Georgias. They had a lot of time to put their team together. This team was just put together. You got to give these players a chance. They just came together. They just came together. You coaches need to start bigging these players up. Like, look, I know you guys are losing. You're doing this and that, but I have to pat you on the back. You guys still won some ball games here. You don't have to tell these players that they're not going to the NFL. They know that. They know that. They there to get their degree. Most of them play, a lot of those players there, they're graduate students. They already got their degree. They're graduate students. Maybe they're trying to get a graduate degree. and use that graduate degree to go get a business. Like, listen, you don't need the NFL to feed your family. You don't need the NFL to feed your family. Half the players in the NFL are not even millionaires. You know that? They're not even millionaires. And in fact, they did a 40, 30 for 40, for 20, for whatever it was, 40 for 40 special. Half of them be broke after they retire. 2 years after they retire, they go broke. They sitting up here buying all this stuff just to stunt in front of people that don't have it. So half the players gonna go broke any damn way. So most of these players, they know they're not going. Maybe they just wanted to play for you, you know. But you got to give them an opportunity. It's not this whole year. They have the talent to win. They do have the talent to win, but I don't think the best combination of players are on the field, though. I don't think so. Of course, players, coaches, of course, they're going to get upset that they're not playing. They're graduate students. You got graduate students sitting the bench. This is some of these people, they only have a couple years left. Some of them only have 1 year left. I think Xavier said this is last year. Thank God that he's playing. Smoke is a graduate student. You just got him on special teams. And see, when in the beginning of the season, I said, oh, this is going to be perfect because they brought in a lot of maturity. They brought in a lot of graduate students. You know, they got a level of maturity. But listen, I would feel slighted too if I'm not playing. And then what did the linebacker coach say in his last interview? He said, hey, some of these players might have told something, then when they got here, it didn't happen. That's the coach's fault. Of course, y'all ain't 100% got that locker room. You cannot tell me you do. No, you don't. You can't have a few players getting it and everybody else ain't getting it. I'm just telling you, that's life. That's life. Y'all ain't got it. And you will have the same exact. You're going to win next year. Y'all going to win. But you still going to run into the same problem. So let me get on back to these NFL players here.
And they win that game. I felt they got somewhat cocky offensively, and they could not slow Stafford down in the second half. Specifically, the receiver, they could not slow him down. I think his name is like Elick or Elick.
Elick, like Eric with an L. Elick.
And let me just say for the record, this is a disclaimer. This is the coach's fault, not the players. No. This is all strictly a coaching situation here. The offensive coordinator and the rest of the coaches told the players, listen, slow the ball down. Let's do these running plays. They'll throw the running plays. And Shador said it in his press conference. He said he said it low, though. He said, I was just going with the plays that were called. He said it. I was just going with the plays that were called. You know, screaming on the sidelines and looking like you're getting ready to have a stroke, that ain't going to help you win. That ain't going to help you win. That means something ain't right. You got to sit up there and do all that. Something ain't right. Something is not right. Yeah, of course, sometimes some things you're not going to be happy about. But you ain't going to be sitting up there screaming in the player's face and his family's watching. They're not going to take too highly to it. Because you know why? You're sitting there talking to grown men. You think they're kids. No, they're grown men. You got some graduate students on that team. They grown-ass men. You out of high school, you're a grown man. You out of high school. They feel slighted. Nobody wants to be talked to like that on national TV. Nobody. Nobody wants to be told or whatever, whatever the case is. I know some players are, well, you just got to eat that up, Max. You just got to. I know, but some people don't. Some people don't. Some people don't. So yeah, this is the coaches. This ain't Shador's fault. He threw for 400 yards, man. It's not his fault. Definitely not. But he understands, this is a team sport. It's collectively there, they all go down. But I said it before. They're not going to say it in their meetings. They're not going to get at the guy. I'll say it. It's the coach's fault, man. But they should understand, instead of telling these players they're not going to the NFL, y'all should know you put a team together like this, it takes some time. Give these kids some credit. They winning. They over 500. They beat Nebraska. Give them some credit. You know, give them some credit. Stop trying to kill their dreams talking about they ain't. How you know they ain't going to the NFL? You don't know. You would have said the same thing about Tom Brady, that he wasn't going to the NFL when you saw how he looked at the combine. Oh, he ain't going to the NFL. Well, look at him now. Look at him. So don't I don't know. I don't like when they said that, you know. I'm not going to keep harping on it or whatever. But I just wanted to say it's not the players, man. Y'all good, not the players.
I was listening to the stats. They said he had like 13 catches for 290 and some change.
He almost had 300 yards. Plex, he took a slant 97 yards. Then, cut all the way across the field.
That's
and
crazy.
I don't know. Colorado will recover for this. It's the biggest lead Stanford has overcome, and it's the biggest lead Colorado has ever given up.
I think it's up there. Is it Colorado?
Both
It
of them.
has to be.
It's for both teams.
I didn't know with both teams.
With all the promise that Colorado started the season with, and I was wrong. I thought they would lose to TCU. Plax was like, no, they're going to beat TCU.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they would lose to Oregon and USC, and I was right about that. But it doesn't take it. That's not going to be bold and saying, oh, they're going to lose. They just don't have the firepower. But a game that you're supposed to win, a game that you should win, a game that you're dominating, and you don't win, now we must go back to the drawing board if I'm Colorado and get that hunger back that we had at the start of the season. We got to get that hunger back now because you start to feel yourself a little bit too much. The secondary, they didn't play well at all. That secondary did not play well. And you have Travis Hunter, who was the number one commit in the country a few years back. You have Kermani McClain, who was the number one defensive back in the country coming out of.
He's not playing, though. So Kermani barely played. Barely did. Because I know when he's on the field, I can tell. I don't even have to look at his numbers, the way he line up. He gets real low and he's tall. I know exactly when he's on the field. And he's wiry. Yep. As soon as he come on the field, he really stands out, actually, when he comes on the field. And I guarantee you throw a ball in that corner in the end zone corner to him and see one of his long arms batted down. You got to give him a chance. Maybe they'll give him a chance next year. But, I understand that he's a freshman. He's still learning. But shit, you played another freshman. They were really going at him. So you might as well put him in if you're playing freshmen like that. Might as well.
The high school, he don't even play. When Travis Hunter was out, he played and he played well. Travis Hunter comes back. He doesn't even play now.
Stop. Let me go back. Now, these NFL players talking. Now, if I had said, oh, this dude, what the hell he know? He's sitting up here hating. Are you going to call TJ Hushmanzada a hater? You know he's a complete dog when he played. You going to call LaVar Arrington a hater? No, you're not. So it hits different when they're saying it. They said when he was in there, he played well because they were analyzing the game. Remember, these guys used to be in the broadcast booth. So they can analyze a game. So if he's playing well, why are you taking him out? Okay, he get burned on a play or whatever. So what? Keep him in. I guarantee you his long arms would have batted that ball down. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. And this is what the coaches might look at, right? Oh, he got a bad attitude or whatever. No, he want to play. He want to win. Yeah, he gonna look a certain way on the bench. Yes, he gonna look a certain way. I'll be looking a certain way too. And you see Carter Stoutmire, he said something on that sidelines. So them players, everybody fed up. Not everybody, I'm just saying I don't know what happened with him, but he said something. I can't read lips, so I don't know what he said. Then I saw Kermani react to it. So yeah, of course, I would be the same way. He's human. Okay? I'm sitting up here, coaches don't even believe in me, man. What the hell am I doing here for? You know, that's how I'll be thinking. You know? So yeah, I don't blame that kid for that.
In the country coming out of high school,
Now, listen to him say it again. He was having a good game. Listen.
He don't even play. When Travis Hunter was out, he played and he played well. Travis Hunter comes back. He doesn't even play now. And so they got to figure out what's going on and what's wrong, because they went from being the hunted.
Oh, yeah.
Or being a hunter. Now they're being hunted, and they're not responding the way they should respond.
You know, I don't think you need to go back to the drawing board. I think we are seeing the product of, you know, all of these transfers playing together and situational football where, you know, they are not used to, you know, communicating and playing with each other. And I think one of the things for me when Deion, you know, was a coach in Jackson State, and you make him the head coach in Colorado, one thing sets in my mind. I know that his secondary is going to be tight. Why? Because he's the greatest cornerback to ever play football. You know, for Washington, for Stanford to be able to go out and throw the football the way that they did against a Deion Sanders coached secondary, it is something that you think you would never see, because that will be the first thing and first positions that he would address, just because we know him as prime time. And you know that's one of the things that kind of shocks me about this Colorado defense is, you know, the amount of yards that they're giving up. And I can understand being up 29-0, you taking a little, you know, taking your foot off the pedal, so to speak. But to lose a game up 29-0
at halftime,
that's never happened to me. And then you look.
I
at
can see if that happened in the first quarter, but
right,
it was halftime.
It's halftime. So you look at Shedeur saying the stats. He still throws for 400 yards and 5 touchdowns. But what I'm saying is, just like TJ said, you know, they went from being the hunter to the hunted, with all the antics that are going on with Shedeur, flashing the watch, and you know all of these things, and Deion being outspoken, and you know, Prime's going to do his thing his way. He doesn't give a damn about what nobody thinks about him. With the way that he runs his program, he's going to speak what and whatever fashion he chooses to, and that makes you the hunted. So every time they line up on Saturday, you know what? They're gonna get every team's best shot, and they have to recognize and realize that every time they go out there on Saturday, the team that they're playing against, they're going to get the A game. Just
Thank you, LaVar, because I said that. I said every team that they play against is a bowl game. They have to beat them because of all the flashiness. I'm going to beat him, and I'm going to show him my watch after the game, because that's what they did. They did the watch flex. And look, that's not becoming of Stanford. They don't do that. I had to go back and see some of the games at the end. They don't do that. Even after they won the last game, they don't be flexing like that. They flexed in this game, though, because of all the attention. See, when you get all the attention around you, you got to be ready, because primetime would have been ready. See, primetime, he didn't really do a lot of talking, but he had the flash. He had the jury. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't afraid to speak his mind. But when he got there on Sunday, it was always a threat for him to run it back. Even in the fourth quarter, the man never got tired. He was, when the lights and camera was on, he was ready to go. He was ready. I know what he did to them Giants back in the day. It was sickening what he did to the Giants. That was bad. In front of Bill Parcells. He did it in front of a Bill Parcells team. Just setting straight up, just by the fit. I never seen nothing. By the 50-yard line, he was already high stepping. At the 50-yard line, they were still chasing him. You see? So he don't mind the bright lights. He don't mind the talking. He don't mind it because he could have backed it up. You got to be able to back it up, baby. You got to be able to, man. You got to be able to. You got to be able to do it. You walk that walk. Oh, they coming for you. Yes, they are. They coming for you. And everybody that's breaking this game down, they're not haters, man. Don't think it. They're not haters. Everybody not haters. They just like, yo, man, y'all took your foot off the gas. And then y'all put your foot back on the gas, though. You did. Y'all didn't give up. Y'all kept fighting when that team was coming back. But it was they got a few lucky plays, man. That play, I don't care what nobody say. That was luck. He caught that ball on that man's helmet. And they just danced. They did a waltz in the end zone together. They were dancing together in the end zone. They had a slow dance. It was a slow dance in the end zone. I'm like, what is this? And then caught it off and then got it off his neck or something. I don't know what that was. That was luck. And then the kicker, he kicked that 40-plus yard field goal. It was just the stars were aligned at that point. You know, but you guys didn't take your foot off the gas. You kept fighting. When the fight came to you, y'all like, uh-oh. Y'all had y'all, you know, it was uh-oh. Y'all had an uh-oh moment, but then y'all, you know, y'all did your thing. You was able to score. Now, that last play, when Shador started scrambling, he just threw up a prayer to Travis. That was a prayer he threw up. Usually Travis will get it. He'll loft that pass up and Travis he'll find a way. Because in his mind, like, look, let me just do it and see and let Travis put on his cape. But that guy was a little bigger than Travis. That guy was bigger than Travis. Travis got a few more years in the gym. That guy was bigger than Travis. And then Travis put his hands up looking for a flag. No, he just muscled you. That was muscle. You can't leave this game in the hands of the refs. You just can't. You can't leave it in the hands of the refs, man. Nope. Can't leave it. And you at one play you did get the flag. The flags came out. They did. The flags came out, but you just can't put your hands up and look for the refs. It's not happening. So then they took the ball and got in field goal range, and then that was it. That's what happened. But they had a little luck behind them too. They did. They had a little bit of luck. So I can't sit up here and say they didn't get lucky. They did. Like I said, that pass with Travis and he caught it on his neck. They slow dance in the ends. I never seen nothing like that. That was crazy. And he just muscled it off his neck. That's what he did. You know, so
because of the fact how brash and some of the antics that you know Shador and some of these players, and including Prime, are doing while they're playing the game. When they go out and they win,
Prime kind of slept on the team a little bit too. Let me tell you what he said. He said they're not as athletic as us. He said that. No, sir. No, they're athletic. no. They listen. They got athletic that game. They did. He set up there and took that ball off his neck. Took the ball off his neck and then slow danced with him in the end zone. They waltzed in the end zone with the ball on his neck. Yes, they are athletic. Yes, they are. They might be holding you to death because that offensive line. I look, Stanford, the offensive line, y'all were holding. Yes, y'all were. But see, I had said that too. You're not gonna hit my quarterback. I'm gonna hold you to death. You're just not gonna hit my quarterback. Y'all were holding, and the refs didn't call it. You guys were holding, and hopefully this Colorado coaches that y'all saw that. Y'all don't want to sit there and belittle your defensive line because your defensive line were getting held. Shane Coates was getting, I don't know what they were doing to him, grabbing his jersey, all types of stuff. They were holding him. So you got to take that in consideration when y'all go over that tape and chew the team out. Chew yourselves out too, though, coaches. Chew yourselves out too. But they were holding your defensive line. But they still got to the quarterback. They still got to the quarterback because they got some sacks. So they were able to, despite them being held, and the rest weren't calling it, but they were calling on y'all though. It was almost like y'all didn't even have home cooking. That's crazy. You would think you have the home field advantage. Y'all didn't even have it. The crowd, I don't know what the crowd was doing. The crowd, they weren't even yelling defense or nothing. It was almost like a away game. It turned into an away game because the rest wasn't calling the holding, but they were calling it on number 70 something. Whatever, I forget the kid's name. They were calling holding on him, you know, but they were not calling holding on that Stanford offensive line. So please don't chew these players out and saying that they ain't going to the NFL and they were getting hell. What are they supposed to do? And you got a big 300-pound offensive lineman holding you. Ain't nothing you can do. But despite all that, they still got a few sacks.
And they basically try to, they show up and try to embarrass the other team after the game and all of those things. So with that being said, every Saturday you go out there, you better be ready to play your best football because that's what you're going to get from the opposing team.
I think it's a great point, Plex. I think it's a hell of a point, actually, because I made the comment earlier this week that and it was considered people saying I was hating and this, that, and whatever. I'm bitter. I don't even know why I would be hating, and I don't know why it would be bitter. But I said it's like to go up to the student section and flash the watch the way that you did for as long as you did, taunting them. Listen, fans and student sections are always going to have derogatory things to say to the visiting team. They're always going to say offensive things, do offensive things. That happens as part of the game. But when you start to continue to turn things into more about the branding and more about the marketing, everybody's like, oh, Shedeur, he's marketing himself. That's wonderful. Market yourself. Deion's marketing himself. Coach Deion, he's marketing himself, Market yourself. Brand the team. Brand what you got going on. That's fine. You're selling out games. You got who's who coming to the games. That's wonderful. But it puts a target on it. And just to put it in quick perspective, because I know we're up against it, and maybe we'll talk about this on the other side of break, because I know y'all's.
I know what he getting ready to say. Sorry, I had to keep cutting it because I got to give commentary on it. This is how YouTube is. I said that too. They put a target on their back. I said it. So it's just like we like minds think alike or something, because I said that. You putting a target on your back. And let's prove it. He did. In the state game, Colorado State, before the game, I've said this many times, before the game, him and that defensive end, okay, Shedeur and that defensive end were jaw-jacking with each other. And he flashed the watch. I said, oh, something getting ready to happen. I said something, they in harm's way now. Something, because just the way this one offensive lineman was looking at Shedeur, he was looking at him with fire in his eyes. I said, yes, some harm is coming their way. And what happened? He sacked him. He put his head, he hit him with his helmet. And when he went down, his helmet stayed there and drilled Shedeur head into the ground. He tried to hurt him. And that probably stemmed from the pregame antics. Everybody's not happy for you. Everybody's, you don't have to, have people, you got to stay humble self. I believe in staying humble. You feel me? I believe in just walking that way. But if you want to do the antics, you gotta be okay with everything that come with it. Somebody's gonna try to take you out. And they damn sure did. He tried to take you out. Yes, he did. And the other guy put his elbow in rib cage and took him out. But what did they say? Oh, it's just football. No, it wasn't, because the ball hit the ground. It had no chance of Travis catching that ball. And that was it. And the coach didn't even apologize for it. He didn't even say nothing. He didn't even apologize. That's how you know. That's the target, the bullseye. Okay? That's the bullseye. And guess what? Guess what else happened that I was surprised about? The rest didn't even call targeting. They didn't even call it. Now, they did call targeting on Shedeur when the defensive end sacked him, and that was blatant targeting, and he kicked him out of the game. He should have kicked the other kid out the game too. That was or at least give him an unnecessary roughness call. They didn't even do that. When you flash and stuff like that and people think you got privilege, a lot of people you don't think a lot of people you think are not watching you don't like it. It could be the refs looking at you, got a bad taste in their mouth. It could be the refs too. Because I said y'all were getting held that game last night. Y'all were getting held. The defensive end was they were holding them all over the place. Refs didn't call it. It ain't nothing wrong with having nice things and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with it. I personally don't like jewelry, but if that's your thing, wear it. But when you say aha, aha, that's what they taking it as. You saying aha, and you're doing it in their face. You got to be careful with it. If you want to keep doing it, so be it. You know, when I understand why you did it to the fans. They were calling you all type of names and stuff like that. Like, what's his name says, a part of the game, it happens. But I get why you did it. I thought it was okay, you know, whatever. But you got to accept what come with it. Everybody is bringing their A game against you. Everybody. Even Stanford. My God, Stanford, man. But coach, even Coach Prime, he had them fucked up too. I know they probably say, what did he say about us? Oh, he got us all the way fucked up. Talking about we ain't that athletic. And then he said, well, it's just going to take him a little time to build because they're about education. And then he had to come back and say, we're about education too. I remember everything. I know them players. If I was on Stanford, I said, oh, you got me all the way fucked up now. I'm coming for you. Yeah, y'all slept on them, even all the way up to the top. Y'all slept on this team. You sure did. You sure did, because I'm not putting no words in your mouth. This is what y'all said. Oh, they're not as athletic as us. No, you didn't say that. They're not as physical as us. That's what you said. Okay. Well, we're going to hold you now. We're going to hold your defensive lineman. Because that's what they did. You know? That's what they did. That's what they did, man. Y'all had them all the way messed up, man. I even had them messed up. I did. I slept on them because what did I say at the half? Oh, they got this game. I was like, I should go to sleep. I said, I ain't got to stay up for this. This game is over. I said it. And what else I say? I don't even have to knock on wood. I said that. Oh, I had them all. Like the Stanford, I had y'all messed up as well. I did. I was about to go to sleep and then wake up and check my account knowing that I lost money. Yeah, I had them all the way messed up. That's why you ain't never supposed to sleep on nobody. You said revenge of the nerds. That's hilarious. Them nerds was like, yeah, y'all have us messed up, dude. Y'all have us messed up. Man, I said I was done. I'm going to sleep.
Wheels are spinning on this as a topic, so maybe we'll continue it, but maybe we won't. I don't know. But what came to me is when you're in these type of situations and you put that type of spotlight on yourself, it could very quickly and very easily turn from it's more about something else and less about football. And the more you see these things become more evident and more prevalent and more out there, it's like you can try to justify and offset the job that Deion has done. And I don't think that that's fair. It shouldn't be fair because let me tell you something. That's a competitive game. It's not like Colorado is out here getting destroyed or anything like that. They were winning the game big. They did have the chance to win the game.
Yeah, that's what I want to say too. It's not like they got destroyed. They just took their foot off the gas for a minute. They did. They took their foot off the gas, man. That's all. It ain't like they got their ass handed to them. You know, they got embarrassed. But yeah, I mean, you know, I agree with what he said there. You know, this is a good team. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they had put a little too much mustard on the hot dog. I don't know what they did, but I don't know what they probably would chip, man. What would they do? What were y'all doing at the halftime? What were y'all doing, man? Were y'all shining up your jury? What were y'all doing? What were y'all doing, man? What were y'all doing in that locker room? Huh? Y'all already planning the party? What were y'all doing? I think it was just this. I think it was just weird too, because the game was late. I'm not trying to make no excuses, but the game was late. You know what I'm saying? And like, damn, it's a late game, but it's not like y'all didn't play a late game before. But still, it was a late game. I don't care what nobody say. Now it's gonna sound like I'm nitpicking. Them celebrities are a distraction. Y'all need to get them off the sidelines. Y'all got too many people on the sidelines, fam. Y'all act like y'all the 87 Bears, man. Come on, man. Get the people off the sidelines, man. Have them sit in the press box or something like that. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Y'all have too many people, you know what I'm saying, on the sidelines. You know? I just want to say that. You got too much distractions. So now I'm nitpicking a little bit. Because I ain't studying the celebrities anyway. You know what I'm saying? You said, nah, the celebrities aren't a distraction. Yeah, I know. It sounds like I'm a little bit nitpicking. 86 Bears, that's what I meant. Okay. All right. Well, you think it's not a distraction, but yeah, actually nothing should be a distraction. You should be locked in. You know what I mean? You should be locked in. So now it's like I'm trying to find something now. So let me just continue.
Game, no. It really should have been non-competitive.
With Colorado.
Yes, correct.
With Colorado. So to me, when you put the type of
how are the celebrities a distraction? How I feel like the celebrities are a distraction? Because I feel like they are. They all in the locker room. They're all out there with the players in the locker room. It's a distraction. Talking to the players before they get. Nah, I don't want to be talking to nobody. I'm locked in on this game. I'm not trying to take no photo ops, nothing. I'll take the photo ops after the game. I think it's a distraction. That's just my opinion, though. If you don't think it's a distraction, I feel you on that. You know what I'm saying? It's not even a agree to disagree, but I feel why you would say it's not a distraction. Because what you're saying is, Max, you're supposed to be locked in regardless. So I get it. No, no. Ain't nobody in here feel that I'm doing that. There's nobody in here that feel that I'm doing. I think I'm picking on the coaches too much. I'm picking on the coaches too much. I've been getting on the coaches the whole live. I've been doing it for the past 5 lives. I've been getting on the coaches the whole live. So yeah, no, I'm not doing that. I do like Deion. I do. But he ain't playing. I could see if he was playing, but he's not playing. He's coaching. I mean, he's what do you call it? He's the head coach. So he can't play. Now I bet you if he was playing, let them punt that ball to him and see what happened. I bet you he was playing, we probably got an interception and ran it back in high step. He'd have been all over those receivers, but he's not playing anymore. I was just saying that it could be a distraction, but if you feel like it's not a distraction, I understand.
Spotlight that can be perceived as negative, then this is the risk you run by being as prime time-ish as you can be. The one thing that I would say, and I've been feeling this, and it's like kind of been what I've been thinking is prime is prime no matter what happens. Right.
Well, my thing is this though, LaVar. It's like I don't have a problem what Shedeur is doing. This is the thing. We've never seen a quarterback do this, but be who you are. If that's who you are, because guess what?
Wait, yeah, we have.
Can do everything.
Hold on. Johnny Manziel did it. He didn't do the watch. He did the money sign. So he used to do it. It's been done before. It's been, you had some quarterbacks that was flashy. I mean, I wasn't living then, but what's his name? Broadway Joe. He's on the damn NFL sidelines with a full length mink coat on. It's been done before, and he had jury too. He had the gold too. He was like a pimp on the sidelines. So yeah, he had the jury, he had the fur coats, the women. Oh no, it's been done before. It's been done. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Joe Namath. There's nothing new under the sun. Johnny Manziel, AK Johnny Football. They coined him Johnny Football. He got to the league and he forget that he was Johnny Football when he got to the league. He forgot that he was Johnny Football, man. He forgot that he was Johnny. And, you know, his parents had money. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, it's been done, man. But the only difference is, in this situation, Shador can actually ball, though. He can actually play football. So that's the only difference. And Joe Namath he backed it up and won a damn Super Bowl.
That everybody else wants you to do, there's still going to be some people that complain.
But is it really about doing what everybody else is doing, though?
Be you. If that's
TJ, is it really about being what everybody else wants you to do, or just like looking at it from the standpoint of, you know, if you have a bad game, like instead of them villainizing you, it's like he had a bad game. Well, I think it matters because it's a consumer driven industry.
Right.
It does matter.
But you know, they're on your head anyway.
Right.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with that. Just be you. Just Shador, just be you. Keep doing the Shador, whatever you're doing, but just know what comes with it. But be you, though. Don't be afraid to be you, because Allen Iverson wasn't afraid to be him. Allen Iverson made it cool to have cornrows, man. He made it cool. The way y'all hair is now, Allen Iverson been having his hair like that. You know what I'm saying? The braids that y'all rock, that's Allen Iverson. He been doing it. He set a trend so bad it went to football. Y'all don't even know why y'all rocking braids like that. It's Allen Iverson. Yes, sir. Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson. But let me tell you, he was him, unapologetic. But let me tell you what he did, though. Let me tell you why he's in the Hall of Fame. When he got to the league, they had to change the way they play defense. When he got to the league, they went to zone because of him. That's what he changed the game. That's why he was first ballot Hall of Fame, because he was credited in changing the game. The same with Yao Ming. He didn't play that long, but he was instrumental in bringing that bigger market to the NBA. That's why he was a game changer. Allen Iverson was a game changer. He didn't win a championship, but his style, the way he was, never forget it, man. He's sitting up there. You talking about practice. You're talking about practice. And then some people say, well, Max, if he had practice, maybe he would have won a championship. No. Don't have selective amnesia. He damn near did the shit by himself. Okay? When he played against the Lakers, when he stepped over, what's his name? Tyronn Lue. He was doing this thing by himself almost. Now, if he had if he had a Shaq on the team, you know what I'm saying? If he had like a Shaq on the team, or if he had like a Kevin Durant or something, he would have won the championship. But he damn near got them to the finals by himself. By himself, because I remember. But we talking about practice. Yes, sir. So nothing is new. So yeah, my point is just be yourself.
It's going to be more. It's going to be more. Like it's just more.
I'm gonna go back to what LaVar said. He said prime is going to be prime regardless.
Yes,
but he has to understand, and Shador and all these kids have to understand that they still have a future in front of them.
That's all I'm saying, Plex.
Right. Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
So this label of whatever they're doing in the antics and you know the whole watch thing and how they being perceived by the public and you know scouts and all of those things, that is going to continue to go with them.
And that's you. That's not Deion Sanders.
Exactly.
You're not Deion. None of them boys is Deion Sanders.
And Deion started this persona, or he was when he was in college. The same thing this son is doing. He's in college.
TJ, listen to what I'm saying. That's prime time. Like I said, he is arguably one of the greatest athletes, not just football
No, he's
players.
not arguably. He is.
He's one of them. I mean,
No,
it's debatable.
he is
we
the one. No,
we
he's
could
the one.
debate it.
Yeah, we
I
are
say we
debating it,
could
but
debate
who's
it.
better than him?
I
don't
mean,
think anybody
people
is.
could throw Bo Jackson out
Bo
there.
Jackson
People
wasn't
throwing
as good
Herschel
as Prime
Walker.
was in football. I mean,
Nowhere near close.
So I mean,
I hear you.
think Deion is the greatest athlete to ever play sports. That's just my.
Now, when you say to play sports, I don't know about that one. To play sports, I don't know. I don't think you should cross sports. Like, obviously, you got to cross. He did play baseball, and a couple of days ago was the eve of him playing in an NFL game and a baseball game at the same day. It was a couple of days ago. I believe it was Friday. Last Friday was the eve was the anniversary of him playing in a football game and a baseball game the same day. So arguably, I would say that he's one of the greatest two-sport athletes of all time. Two sports, him and Bo Jackson. There's no others. It's just him and Bo Jackson. That's it. Now, as far as greatest athlete of all time, like athlete, I don't know if you should do that. I don't know if you should do that. Yo. Because Serena Williams won Wimbledon while she was pregnant. So I don't know if you should do that. I don't know if you should do that. No. And you got to factor in MJ. I know some of these kids act like Curry and all them the best. Nah, yo. He never lost in the finals. Ever. But he had a supporting role, though. He didn't do it by himself because he had Scottie Pippen. But nah, don't do that. Now, you could say greatest two-sport athlete of all time. Yes, it's him or Bo Jackson. But I would say Deion because he had the longevity. Unfortunately, Bo Jackson got hurt. He got hurt in the football game. I'll never forget it. It's the way he stopped. He stopped on a dime when he was running so fast, and then that he stopped on a dime and hurt his hip. So that took him out. Okay. But yeah, greatest two-sport athlete of all time. If you say Coach Prime, I get you. I feel you on that. Yes. If you say Bo Jackson, okay, I can't argue with you. But greatest athlete of all time, nah, we can't do that. We can't do it. We can't do it, man. Then you got, Jim Brown did play two sports. What was his other sport? It was lacrosse, wasn't it? Yeah, it was lacrosse. Yeah, he played lacrosse. He was good at lacrosse, by the way. But yeah, you could say, well, he didn't do it like he played football, like as far as professional wise. We're talking about two professional sports. That was Bo Jackson and Coach Prime. And he had a high batting average one year. His batting average was high as fuck. Oh, come on, man. You saying Serena, man, leave Serena alone. But she won a major tennis match pregnant. She straight up dominated. But yeah, man, I ain't taking nothing away from him. If you say he the greatest two-sport athlete, I feel you on it. You don't play a major league baseball game, a football game the same day if you're not the shit. That's just what it is. He was the complete business.
Opinion.
I'm not going to argue that. All I'm saying is
his son's personality, though. We don't know what his son is. This could be his son.
We know he's not Deion.
He doesn't
That's
have
the
to
problem.
be Deion. He probably doesn't want to be Deion. But if he's showing his personality, what's wrong with that?
No.
Yeah, I agree. Serena was her. You know how they say I'm him? Yeah, she was her. She definitely, yeah.
Was this his
person?
personality?
You moving the goalpost. You moving the goal.
Man, I never forget it, man. In the freaking Olympics. Never forget this one, man. It was crazy in the Olympics. Just won the gold medal. Just easy. She didn't break a sweat. Won the gold medal. I believe it was the doubles go, her and her sister. Sat up there and started crip walking, right in front of Obama. I never forget that. He knew what she was doing, too. I never forget that one.
Goalpost, though. Now, it's not about him. It's not about him not being Deion and being authentic to himself, because he can be. What it is that you don't have the type of talent to offset what you're doing like Deion does. But people didn't like what Deion was doing. But
at all.
if you're doing the
So you're
things that
saying you
Deion
only
is
can
doing,
do these things when you're extremely talented. That's what you're saying.
what I mean, I'm saying you got to be aware. Like if you're doing things that bring the attention and draw the things that Deion did when he was doing it, and you're doing it, you have to be aware of the fact that you had better be that. Yes, you had better be that good, because
And
the tolerance level is not going to be as high.
Here's the thing, though. Shador is that good. He is. Every now and then he got to get his Fran Tarkenton on. That's the problem. But the man just established to the world he can run. And he's elusive. If you give him space, now he's elusive. He's not really trying to slide if he got space. If he can eye that end zone, he's going for it. So he just displayed that he is a runner. He displayed that he's a dual sport quarterback, a dual threat quarterback. He's not just a pocket quarterback. He can run. So he's already established that in this game. He established it. Like, it ain't no more question about can he run. Yes, he can. He don't want to, but yeah, he can run. So the scouts got to be seeing that. Oh, he can get out that pocket now. Okay. I mean, they probably should have known that when he's at Jackson State, but now that he's on this stage, yes, he can. I know the defensive ends is fast, but he can run up that middle and get going. So yeah, he's that good. He is.
If you're not as good,
LaVar, prior to Shador and Deion Sanders going to Colorado, if I'm not mistaken, Shador was a late round or free agent. He's elevating himself into top 10,
first
probably
round
the first.
tops.
So
Yeah,
what do you?
right.
So you guys should.
Okay, hold on, Anthony. Yeah, of course he's not a Mike Vick. We know that he's not a Mike Vick. It's not a Mike Vick. But yeah, he's not running like a Mike Vick. Who can do that? Like, it's only a few quarterbacks right now that can run like that. But yeah, I know that.
Just said he's not this type of talent.
Yeah, but this season is still going,
no.
TJ.
But
The
this
season's
is
still going.
I'm talking about
but
how
this
he's
is not.
elevated his stock.
You
This is
could
not
vary,
what we're-
but your stock could go down just as quickly by some of the stuff
Man,
that's
this
going
dude
on.
went
It's
from
still a lot of
late round
football
draft
left.
pick to a surefire first round.
This is one of the main things that Prime was talking about when he was at Jackson State. It basically pissed him off to the fact that no players from the HBCU had got drafted, right? So now Shador and Travis Hunter, these guys leave the HBCU, and all of a sudden they're paying big power,
No, there was 2 players from Jackson State that got drafted. Last year it was one. One got drafted. The year before that, 2 years before that, what's his name got drafted. I can't remember where he's playing right now, but he's playing. He's starting. No, they had a couple from HBCU, but unfortunately, last draft they only had one. Bolden. He was the only one that got drafted from the HBCU.
Division I football, and all of a sudden these guys are first round picks.
Yes, thank you.
And going back to what LaVar was talking about, what was this Shador's makeup when he was at Jackson State? Was he doing these kind of things while he was playing there? No, he wasn't. I feel that he's gotten to a space and a place
Well, here's the thing. He said hold on, let me hear what he's saying.
where the cameras on him. He knows it. They understand it, and they started this whole marketing and branding, but it's going a little bit too far now. So now when they're losing games and you're losing 29-point leads and you're not winning football games, now all these things that you were doing are starting to backfire.
All right. He said now he's going a little bit too far now. He's going a little bit too far. That's hilarious. He celebrated a little bit. He had Jackson State. He did the prime when he ran it in that time. He did a little step. The watch but he said the watch thing kind of just happened. That wasn't something he planned. He was jaw-jacking with somebody, right? And he just put the watch in his face. So that was something that just kind of happened. That wasn't something that he planned for marketing. It just so happened now some NFL players started copying him and other players copied him. And of course, now he got to just take what comes with it. If somebody beat him, they're going to put the watch in his face, the watch sign in his face. So he understands that. He just take the good with the bad. So that's it. Well, I don't know what happened last night. Something backfired last night in Dara Stone. Something did last night. I'm not saying it was him because he threw for 400 yards. So he did his part, but something did go wrong. Something went all the way wrong. You know what I'm saying? But as far as Shador, I mean, he had good numbers last night. He had it rolling. You see what I'm saying? So you said Whitlock was right about some stuff. I'm interested to hear what you say he was right about with Jason Whitlock. It seemed like he just picking. That's what it seemed like. So if anybody would like to come on and give your thoughts, you most certainly do. Most certainly can. Here's the link. I spammed it. My soliloquy is over. I promise you, moving forward, I'm not going to get on the coaches no more. I'm done. Ain't nobody perfect, but damn, I don't know what happened. I know whoever betted with Stanford last night won some money. I know I didn't. I know whoever went with Stanford, yeah, y'all won some money last night. Yes, y'all did. That was like a heist last night. You said I said that last. What did I say last time? Casey, what did I say last time? Oh, there go my guy right here. What's going on, Thomas L?
What's up, man? What's up? You know I'm back.
Yeah, man. Last night, man, you broke it down.
Yeah, hold on. Let me put my mic on so I can probably hear me better. Hello? Hear me better?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I definitely can hear you. Yep.
Right. Yeah. Last night, I really didn't look at the game. That was just going off my recalling of it. You know what I mean? And like, I was pretty close to what the film is showing because I mean, like, I'm seeing it for the first time in real time, and like I said, I'm gonna still stick with my stance. Like you saying, you get off the coaches. I can't do it. I especially looking at the stats really well, and like going back, looking at the film. I can't do it. Like, okay, look, for a team, right, to come back, the team that comes back that's down about 29 ends up having more run plays than the team that had a 20.9 point lead. That right there said it all. Buffs ran the ball 35 times last night, like total attempts and runs. How many times did Stanford run the ball? Down 29. How many times do you think without checking? 47 times. And they didn't come back running. We all see they didn't come back running the ball, but they stayed honest to the run. They stayed true to the run. They stayed true to football. And again, like the Buffs going out there doing plays they haven't been practicing. You can see that too. But a couple of those plays on that last drive, I mean, if you really want to get my honesty from it, I think this is all Vegas. I don't want to make it seem conspiracy-like, but to have 17 penalties and beat a team that was leading the majority of the game, that's kind of like, let me hold on. You up 29, then you start catching all these flags, and the other team comes back and wins. Just off of that base general statement, you know what I mean? You could look at this game differently, but to keep it in the honesty of the players, you know, we're not going to do that. But it's a big relevant thing when it's happening in the game. And again, like when you up 29 and you just complete, like it was 29-6. And the first 3-and-out series they had with that lead was all pass plays. Like I'm looking at the game. I'm looking at the highlights they showing. I'm not looking at the full view of the game, like refilm, but I'm remembering. And I remember the series, it was 29-26. They started to come back. It's 3-and-out on pass plays. No. And I looked again on that play that Shador. I'm looking, I'm like, okay, the play that Travis scored. Okay, yes, he scored. I give it to him. The one he got sandwiched when he went across the post and right across the middle of the third. He got in deep third and he went across, caught the post at the top and got hit by the safety on the backside. But if you look further up, Javon Antonio completely beats his man. Like he completely blows his man. And I don't know, like for Shador not to see that, let me know he was focusing in on Travis. Because if you would have just gone through
Facts.
your reads, you would
Yeah.
see Javon come completely open, and that could have been. And there was a couple of plays that was happening, and it was going to the other side of the field, and like preparing for the week, you do want to, key out certain plays for certain players, heavy out the play calling in certain ways and stuff. But to see that last night, again, I can't get off the coaches, man. It's no excuses for it. Even the refs too. The refs, when the refs got in the game like that and blew that first little fake whistle on that special teams hit, according to all of the momentum behind that, it died because you see it, and it really hit the Buffs. Remember the refs tried to they threw a flag on the band, or they threw a flag on
Yeah,
the
they warned.
audience.
They gave a warning to the person on the microphone.
But it
And
was
then they were going to say they were going to charge the Buffs with a penalty for it.
right for the Nets.
I
It was a
never heard
warning.
that before.
I never heard, and then the announcers went back and said they do have a certain amount of time to stop playing music, and they were doing that. But the crowd was the beginning of the game, the refs took the crowd out first, right? If you really look at it, I'm not looking at they took the crowd out of the game. They took the crowd out first, then they started taking the Bucks out like later with the flags because the game started getting quiet for Stanford, and then they started getting comfortable because in the beginning it was so going. It was bam, 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 playing music, yeah, crowd screaming, everybody there going. And Stanford, they couldn't even get focused. But to get little things like that, and you at home, why is your refs flagging your music and your sound team? So it got weird with that. But the refs, man, again, like that last play, the play that they scored to tie the game going into overtime before the last series, Shador missed Travis. That whole series was flagged. They flagged Travis on some bull. They flagged Stoudemire on some bull. And the first play of that, they was on the goal line when Stanford was on their goal line at the one. The first play when old boy ran out, you see Dominic's whole jersey come down. You know what I mean? And he's behind the play, but his whole jersey comes down. Like that's supposed to be like second and goal again because nowhere in the world you move that ball forward. They move the ball forward to like the 15. Then they get another call on Stoudemire. They called pass interference on Stoudemire when he just got his hand on the guy when he was chasing. He got burnt. And it really wasn't because the guy wasn't coming back for the ball. He kind of made a play on the guy right when the ball got there because of him not looking back. They call that. But then 2 plays, Buffs get it, the same thing. They don't call it until we all see the big one with Travis, and they call it. But like little stuff like that is this petty, bro. Because if the refs don't get involved in Stanford's last series, or if they call that hold what they supposed to, the first play of that series, it's a whole different series, a whole different game. So many little things to that game really help Stanford really come out with that win. And like I said, it was mainly the refs helping them out, man. Because I didn't see, and when you look at the run plays, I'm looking what run plays was Stanford stuffing? They wasn't stuffing nothing. Why would you stop running the ball? Why would you just be honest in football? Like you got a 29-point lead, you should at least have about 50 run plays at the end of the game. You missing about 15 run plays. Stanford had 12 more run plays. Now you're down by 29. Are you going to run the ball to catch up? How do you end up with more run plays than the team that was blowing you out in the whole first half? I don't get it, man. I'm gonna let you go ahead and see what you got to say on that because there's no way around coaching not being involved in that, or the 12 men, the 4 calls and 12 men on the field, like defensive rotations are all off steady. So it's a lot, you know what I mean? But those little intricate, like how they was talking, Lamar, I'm thinking the same way. That was LaVar Arrington, right? Like I'm thinking the same way. They thinking the same way because little stuff like that, when you gotta lead, like player, people don't know. Oh, you blowing a team out. Oh yeah, you got him. Teams let that shit go. It's either because they got totally unfocused, and if that happens, the coaches are supposed to start to call timeouts, manage the game, run the ball where you're supposed to, get these players' heads back in the game. That never happened. They finished the first half, the second half with like 3 timeouts damn near. They had all their timeouts the majority of the time.
Yeah,
And
they did.
they should have used some of those timeouts when they seeing momentum change and they seeing the flags being called, especially on some of them.
Yeah.
That one play on Trav, that was fucking big, bro. And you see that play every game, every team, every football team, and it's a whole league. You always going to see receivers and DBs behind the play pushing back and forth, pushing back and forth. You're never going to see a referee throw. You're going to watch 10 years of football and never see that call that was made on Travis being called again. So I guess it's so much bullshit. But again, you could eliminate that if the coaching was really taking control of what they had. Again, like I said last night, they were shot, bro. You can't tell me they wasn't shot because what they worked on was working. And they started to do other things, what they weren't practicing during that week in practice. You can see it because like they're trying new shit that wasn't looking like how they was running in the first half, because when they scored that 29, they was running motions, they was running slot motion, they was running running back motions. They had one with like he ran like a little damn near half circle with Weaver and ran that little what's the name, that little reverse. They stopped all of that because their game plan was obviously to motion the defense, right? And to find like space on the outside, right? And if it wasn't there, look for the ones over the top. Okay, that was the game plan. That worked. That got them 29 points to nothing. But then when you stop seeing the motion, you start to see the quick post to Trav, you started to see the little fake screens, you started to see the little, I don't know what the hell they was doing for a minute, just missing plays.
Bro, they ain't had to do all that, bro. All they had to do was just run the ball, bro. Like once
Right.
all the plans the plays that was doing ball more. They should have ran the ball more. That just
He went to the Matrix.
Huh?
Oh, we hear you now. You was breaking up. Go ahead, CJ. You were breaking up. We hear you now. CJ, you there?
I think he went to the Matrix.
He'll come back.
Yeah,
Right.
can you hear me?
Now I can hear you now.
Yeah, my bad. I'm driving right now. But yeah, man, they should have ran the ball, bro. They should have ran the ball. I've been saying this for a long time. You know what I mean? Hey, I'm gonna be on y'all head, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. But yeah, they should have ran the ball, bro. They not number four. I don't know his name. Number 4, he should be playing tight end or something, man. They should use him. They not using the players like they should.
Oh, Javon and
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, they should use him. Use him a lot more here to get like 1 reception. Last game, he saved the ASU game. You know what I'm saying? That long ball they threw. He don't get targeted enough. And Shador was targeting Hunter this game the whole time.
Yeah.
You know, but like I said, they should have ran the ball, bro. They should have ran the ball, had them use their timeouts, had that clock running. Even if y'all think the old line is not good, still run the ball. If they get 3 and out, that's cool. At least their time is still ticking.
Right.
They were able to get a run going with Hankerson. He had an open run, and they threw the Dylan in the flat, and he got some real good positive yardage. And also McCaskill, when he was in, he got 3 yards here. He leaned in and got the first down. He got 5 yards, and he took him out.
Man,
but
McCaskill
he lined up in the slot too.
Right, but Castle, like you know, his last play. I take that back because I look back and that play he got twisted happened much earlier. His last play was a reception for 21 yards. He almost took that mug to the house with ease.
Almost, and he kept. You see how he kept running it?
He ran like OJ or something. He ran like Hankerson, not Hankerson, but God dang. McCaskill, man, he slowed the game down. Players like that who you see him move on the field and it slow the game like it is slowed down. Like Jordan used to make the game like it slowed down. Certain players, man, they just get the ball and it look like they moving slow, but they not. They really moving, and it's like they making everybody else look slow, and you're not seeing it how they see it on the field. That boy caught that little 3 yard to the flat and turned up field. Boy, if he didn't go out of bounds, he scored, man. And all he had to do was drop his shoulder. He didn't drop his shoulder.
Did you see after the play, he kept running? That's in his mind, he was getting ready to have a big game. He said, okay, I'm gonna eventually take it. That's what he was telling him. I'm going to eventually take this to the house.
And that's what we was all thinking. We all thought that, man. Like how the man said, man. Like I can't let him go for that tight bunch they ran on goal line, which was ridiculous. Like you already was successful with that little motion reverse to Weaver, and you had the other little toss play you just ran down there. Like why wouldn't you motion another run, man? Stanford is doing it.
Unfortunately, I think that The grass ain't always green on the other side. He should have stayed in Houston. He should have stayed in Houston, man. They're not using him. They're not gonna. They just not. I don't think. I'm just convinced they just not gonna use him like they supposed to.
I
You
think
gotta let him get warmed up because he was getting
Right.
warmed up. Because after the play, I saw him jog towards that end zone. In his mind, he was getting ready to run it to the house eventually. They
right,
just didn't
'cause
give him opportunity.
right, it looked like practice to him then.
Yeah, it
And
was practice. He was practicing it.
right.
Exactly what he was
Does
doing.
have to warm up. You're right. He's everybody. We all know he got to warm up. See, McCaskill he's an every down back. You know what I'm saying? He's not a
Every down back,
he's
right?
not an in and out. So you get him 10, 12 catches or carries. He gonna have a couple 4, but he gonna bust for 20 and 30, and he might bust for 100 and 40. But he gonna get his. But he's an every down kind of guy. So he got to warm up. He a Cadillac. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's a Cadillac.
Yeah, he a Cadillac. But see, I can't even honestly say the bus was getting stopped on the run because I would rather say, oh, Stanford was stopping us on the run. They was beating us on the run. We couldn't run the ball. But that can't be said if you look at the film. That can't be said for weeks if you look at the film. And at this point, man,
I mean, if they got 5 games left, if he don't get some major touches, man, I hope he transfer.
Yeah, well, like as a player being hurt, the second you get hurt, you already like they about to scout for you. So college, I'm all right. I got hurt in college. I mean, I came back, after 2-3 games. The third game, played in playoffs, still kind of timid. Really didn't really get the best of me. But like coaches, as a player, like you drop down rotation, they'll actually bring in another player for you, and like you never know what happened in Houston. Maybe they scouted some running backs that was coming in this year or last year that was going to totally remove him from the rotation hell he was in. So it could have been any kind of all kind of things. I'll just say at the end of the day, we're gonna see what really going on with McCaskill. Obviously, it's them being timid because ACs, man, you really like those things. You can just step back on your own, and letting them getting it sore real quick and letting it heal. It might be the best thing for him. I want to see him ball too, but last night I really do think Stanford wasn't going to put a hit on him like that because they was having problems really getting hats on the ball, running, and teams that's going to really get a hat on the ball. You want to get him out there. I mean, you never know if he's still like this game. I think last night, you're right. This game was a game for him to gain some confidence because again, that last play I seen him catch and he took off like that. I said, oh, he getting confidence, and they just pulled him, bro.
Yeah, they pulled him. But Hankerson was doing good too. Like, but they took him out.
Mm-hmm. They should have kept the offense spread. When they brought in Cokes and went heavy, they didn't need that. You didn't need to go heavy because they can't stop the regular formation. So let's just keep this going, and we got more options. Like, I don't know, they trying to prove, like, if you can't run, why are you trying to prove you got muscle up front? So if you believe that, so obviously you believe you can run if you're bringing out heavy packages, but why bring out the heavy when you was already breaking with the little offset, cutbacks, or he was countering? I think he ran a counter and got through. And again, I seen that one PRO that pass out from Reed that Shador passed up on Dylan. Like a lot of times he should just get Dylan the ball. Like why is he making this an option read? Like this option ain't there. Give him the ball. No, just give him the ball. Like I don't know how they run their offense, bro, to a full extent because I mean you got so much talent, you can do so much. You want to try everything. You want to but I say before you try everything, you should try to just master one thing first. It's good to have all those options, but let's master one thing. And they could pass, that's good, but passing is giving you what you want to do, scoring. But keeping the ball and controlling the game, and being a dominant team, you have to run the ball, man. You have to run it. It's hard not to do that.
Yep.
Nothing around it, man. They have more possession. Like how you up, and then they had 10 more minutes because they ran the ball 12 more times. Each run is like 30 seconds.
Yep.
You could run, let the play clock go all the way down to 0. You got 3 plays. You know what I'm saying? That's just running.
Hey, can y'all hear me now?
It's hard.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. That's wrong with my phone. Hey, I got a question for you. You said that Shador is already great.
I didn't say he was great. You said me or him?
No, I'm talking right here. He said
Yeah.
Shador's already great because of his stats. I got a question. You, when was the last time Shador beat a winning team?
Well, a winning team?
Yeah, a winning team. Yeah, with a winning record. When the last time on the FBS level?
Well, he just started, so we just
Okay, so
only
how can we say that he's great? Yes, he got the numbers. I see what you're saying, but it's levels to it. It's levels to the game, bro.
well, you're talking about a situational game. Yeah, I mean he has all the tools. He has very good accuracy. He can read very well. But as far as I mean, his career on this level is pending. It's just getting started.
Okay, that's what I'm
But as far
saying. Cause
as
we putting a jacket on something that really ain't been. You know, I ain't gonna say he trash. I'm not saying that. I think he a good quarterback. All I'm saying is, it's to
yeah,
be
he's a
determined.
quarterback.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if he was to come out this year, I would love the Jets to have him. If we protect him, he'll do well. He has a lot of potential. He could come out this year, even though he's not. I don't think he is because Travis is a sophomore, but
Well,
he has all the tools. He's ready. He just, I mean, it's just unfortunate that he's been getting his Fran Tarkenton on and running for his life. But if he has time to sit in that pocket and pick the defense apart, he'll do it.
right. Well, I concur. Shador is a great player. He's
Yeah.
beyond great because just look at his situation. You know, we can't take. I mean, it's going to be a rough season. This period. You know, you're going to see. You know, who's going to carry you. You know, within the seasons. But just look at this. Okay, Shador been sacked about 40 times. Right. He got no O line.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of sacks in 7
But
games.
hold on. Let me stop you there before you go.
Wait.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
So,
yeah, go ahead.
all right, go ahead. Because you've been talking the whole time. Go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead.
No, I want to hear what you. Cause you might say the same thing I'm about to say. So go ahead.
Now I'm saying because if you're saying the 40 times, if we pull up the film, how many of those times has Shador held that ball too long? Now I'm not saying the old line is innocent. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is Shador should be responsible and accountable for a lot of those sacks. You know what I'm saying? He get to running around and he run out of bounds and this and that. He's not trying to mess up. Y'all throwing the old line under the bus saying that they trash. That's not trash. If y'all want to see how good old line is, run the ball. Y'all got to run the ball.
Right. Okay. You're right.
The O-line can run block. They can.
Okay. Let me.
So why we saying they trash? People saying they trash, bro. They not trash.
No, I didn't say they were trash. I'm not even bashing the players.
I'm saying people saying they trash.
No, I didn't make that draw. So let me go ahead and conclude what I was trying to say because I thought we was vibing on the same thought. But now
we vibing on a lot of things. Go ahead.
What I was trying to say is Shador, just to have that mentality, to have that many sacks. If you compare the second player to him in sacks, I bet you don't see the yards the same, or maybe the same record. To have that many sacks right now, Buff should be 0-5, like for real. But some of them times when you hold the ball, look, I'm old school football, like before all of the run out of bounds and throw it away. I remember when the NFL first started doing that. Before, you just took the sack. You know what I'm saying? Or you flew out of bounds, you threw it out of bounds, or you threw it out the end zone. You threw it out the back of the end zone, right? If you was in the pocket, you threw it out the back of the end zone. If you was closer to the red zone. A lot of them times, Shador is doing the right thing by holding the ball. Like last night, he couldn't get it over in the end zone, and he can't get it out of bounds to ground it. He's supposed to take the sack. But since the media is pushing this, he's holding the ball too much. No, he's getting pushed back on his tackle sides, and he can't break the pocket to throw it out of bounds. And he's not close enough to throw it deep enough out of bounds to not get called for grounding. So he has to sack it. That one time he did run out of bounds and he held onto the ball in that TCU game. Yeah, that one time. Somehow I get football, one play, just paint your whole career. But he did that one time. And we was like, I said, damn, why he didn't throw the ball away? I hope they don't ride him all year for that. And they are. But if you really want to be honest, bro, like in football, quarterbacks got to know when to take a sack and when to throw it, right? And most of them times, he's not outside the pocket to throw it. And people are like, why he didn't throw the ball? oh, because he ran out of bounds. TCU, that was 6 games ago. He has not been doing that. What's been happening though is he's been getting blitz D gap, and the safeties is coming up, and they're holding him in the pocket, and they're sacking him coming up the middle. So if you show me plays where he's running out the pocket, like he's making a couple of yards back, and he's trying to find somebody downfield before you get to the line, the scrimmage where he could throw the ball, and he's getting pushed out of the back, that's happening. But would that happen out of now? He's not holding the ball too long, and the O line isn't. I'm not saying I never said I've been like poster boy in the O line because I see where they can run. They are a good pulling team. They are a good screen setting team in the right situation. They can run certain screen plays. They definitely could reach. They zone block well. They could do all of the die blocking. But it has to be even. And when it's so obvious and you put in certain things, it gets a little tough on them. But passing, they could do that too if they understand who to pick up. I'm seeing the line just get people, like I said, they give them hallway passes to just go down D lane. Like, go ahead, you can have D, you can have C, you can have A, you can do, here's your pass. Like, because I don't know where to stop you. Like, if you don't know who to stop, you can't stop them. And if you don't know where you're going, how you going to go hard? So all of those kinds of shit. Like, Stanford, if you look at Stanford O-line, they a little newer. They catch it. They bump and rub. I want to see our O-line just pick up the technique where they shed block and pick up and keep their head upfield. Like they go to the trap and they put their head straight down on the trap and they go blindside to the D gap. And that's what's happening. You see them down block. They don't look outside. They don't keep their head up. They don't even just put a hand on the lineman to make them, trap and just look outside. And just they certain things. I don't know if it's just certain things that help them pick up blocks they're not doing, and then they're missing, hella MAs, hella miss assignments, bro. If they're not weak, they're just, like I said, it takes at least 2 years for a year for this team to get gelled and get that hive mind what they need. Online, you need a hive mind. You can't be out there thinking on your own, man. And it's a lot of that happening. You know what I mean? And Shador is carrying the team, so he's more than a great player, bro. You know how hard it is for a quarterback to play with an O-line who can't pick up assignments, bro.
He's
that
still
shit
making
is,
it happen,
bro. Imagine Caleb Williams with 40 sacks this year. You think he'll be having the same stat record he had right now, or any other
Bro,
top 10
bro,
quarterback?
he all right against okay competition, bro. You know what I'm saying? But when the level go up, it's a whole different type of ball game, bro.
So Stanford was on the level, or Stanford was what's Stanford level?
Well, Stanford's a level where I think that y'all should have beat them, bro.
Okay, but
Y'all should have beat them, but I'm not putting all the blame on Shadur because at the same time, it's some coaching errors in there.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So I can say, okay, all these sacks that's been happening, 40 sacks or whatever, right? A lot of that have to do with the coaching, bro. Like you gonna throw the ball majority of the time. Of course they gonna come with some blissing, bro, because they know you gonna throw the ball. So you putting the old line in a bad situation where it's making them basically what other people.
Oh, you cut off. Let's see if he come back. He's driving, so you must have hit a dead zone again.
Yeah,
like he said, like it takes a while for this to I honestly think by year 2 this team is gonna get a lot better in that. It's just that they're gonna have time together because really some of the offensive line they had showed up. Some of them showed up in the summer session, and then some of them showed up at training camp. They didn't have the benefit of those. A lot of those offensive linemen didn't have the benefit of the spring practice. They showed up late. So, and then they had 4 weeks of training camp. That's not enough time, man.
Right. They train and then
For
they got
me,
to. It's not. If you miss, spring is people like when you go through like a season, you actually go through spring ball and like you go through 7-on-7s and you doing all the stuff, getting ready, drill. That spring ball helps so much getting you ready, prepared, your body right, your whole everything. This is your momentum. When you miss that, you miss everything. You miss the chemistry with your teammates. You miss the whole system. You miss everything. You just miss everything. And people got to wait for you to catch up. You know what I'm saying? So now we got to slow down so you to catch up. And the more people you got.
This. So you said they need a couple years. Now, let's say if the coaches have the mentality, well, they're not getting the job done, let me replace them. Will they correct that problem? Or will they still have the same problem because these players not gelling together?
Well, I wouldn't. Well, look, you can't take nothing from these guys because anywhere it goes, it's amazing. Yeah, it's not going to be a Marshall story or something like that. You know what I mean? It still has possibilities to come something like that. A completely new team, like a completely, like a complete new team. Half these dudes was playing against each other, if not, you know what I'm saying? Not even in the same league together. So you got people coming from all these different leagues, different teams, different understandings, different everything, different habits, different everything. You got to gel all of that within training camp. And half of them missed training camp. Half of them wasn't there in the spring. And most of them that's playing, like, just seeing all this for the first time. You know what I mean? Like,
well, most
football.
of them you're seeing there, they were there at training camp.
Well, yeah, most like some of the players that's playing, like, you know, a couple people came in, like Kamani came in late, you know, he came in like during like training camp, late in training camp. Juju came in after damn training camp, like, you know what I mean? So when you got that kind of stuff going on and people trying to make personnel adjustments and like it's harder than it, like they're really making it look easier than what it is. Like no matter what anybody says, I don't care if they lose all the rest of their games. Like what they done with this team, they got a team to play together, to win games, to at least get some kind of consistency, something to build on in the first 9 months. Bro, if you could do anything with anybody in 9 months, you're amazing. If you could just do anything in life and plan in the next 9 months.
It go to more victory. It go to more victory, man.
It ain't just the more
hey.
victory. Is this
Hey, man.
Look. It's the truth. It ain't a moral victory. We expect better.
I hear what you saying.
The talent is there. We expect them to learn the shit. You see, we gotta. It's the coaches who are making the play calls, and it's on the players to learn the shit. And they got
according to Prime, bro, y'all won't make it, dog. He want to dominate right now, dog.
No,
you know what I'm saying. So y'all,
you're not.
But still, ain't no cap on me, bro. All that talking, all this and that, man. Hey, ain't nobody trying to hear, man. You got to show up.
You putting the cap. Of course, you got to show up, but you got to still look at what's going on. Yeah, that's the
Louis luggage. Where Louis luggage at? That's Louis luggage.
That's what we expect. You feel me? We expect XB. That's what we expectations. You know what I'm saying? But life, you know what I'm saying?
Cause I've been hearing a lot of people saying that Deion not responsible. He's not responsible. So he not responsible for this loss.
Nope.
I mean,
because
he's the head coach.
Okay.
Right.
I disagree. With that.
No,
so y'all put it on the system. Y'all saying that all right. So y'all saying Deion is not responsible.
No, I said as him being the head coach, he has to take the hit for it. He's the head coach.
Right. He's the head coach. Right. And he not about, he know you can't give him a pillow, man. He got the truth is a rock. You see what I'm saying? And you got to learn what it feel like. So if Deion try to cover and take all of this and that and don't let them go through their mistakes, that he crippling them. You see what I'm saying? As a leader of that team, he gotta let the team go through that. Like if they losing, they got to go through that. He can't be the one to save every situation because what they gonna do when he not there? What they gonna do if they didn't hear a word from Coach Brown? So as a big brother, you can't hold your little brother hand all the way. You gotta let him go and get smacked and be like, yeah, go get some back. You gotta let him go through that. I know it hurts seeing them get beat, but then it feels good seeing them beating, so winning, right? So we gotta let them go through their emotions. You know what I'm saying? And Coach Prime as a player and the coach, he gotta let the team, the coaches find themselves. They seen everything. We seen Stoudemire go crazy. Like, whoa, young man, you usually be young lion laughing and shit. He cussing out Coach Prime on the sideline.
But see, the thing is,
Kelly,
it's like
Kelly. But what I'm saying is, you gotta let them go through that so they can say they can look back. So they can look back and say, you know what, I need.
Nah, you can't go.
I know you're saying a moral victory, but think
about
this,
right?
Man.
He trying to put me in a moral victory category. Get up out of here,
man. Look,
we just put 70 players together, and they still have a winning record right now, and they potentially can still be bowl eligible. That is a success. It
They
is.
playing in the Peach Bowl for sure. They gonna get Peach Bowl.
Yeah,
They
that's
just
the
got,
Right.
success,
That's a
man.
yeah. I give him that. Man. I
come
give him
on,
that.
man. Peach
So
Bowl.
let me say this. So Travis Hunt, you know he got cooked last night, right? He got
Ooh,
cooked.
Everybody
ooh,
get
he got
cooked.
So
both
let me
teams.
let me tell you something else, bro.
Everybody gonna
That
get cooked.
He
Colorado
got Billy
State
Coffee.
game, that Colorado State game.
Okay. What about
Oh,
that
he
game?
went into the Matrix. Damn.
Oh man, yeah. What about the Colorado State game? He
I
got hurt
wouldn't even.
that game, so.
Yeah, he didn't really
But
do
you know
it.
the thing
He
is,
I
a
know what
quick
he about to say.
receiver.
He about to say that play Franklin scored on him. Was it Franklin the name of that receiver? When he got hurt, he did like a little slant and Travis was standing over top of him. But he was hurt though. You could
Yeah, he
tell
was hurt, and the doctor took him out.
right.
But
So
you know, people are gonna get beat. You know, every now and then you're gonna have a touchdown thrown on you. Every now and then, it happens.
right.
But listen, he came back his first game back, and they played him hard. I
He
mean,
played hard.
yeah,
He played hard. Some of that could have been some of them, like I said, a couple of them big hits, but that one big hit could have been avoided. He got tugged, but he played like I mean, for somebody who come back after 3 weeks to see him play with that like that with that much rust, you can tell that was just rust. That's just him not missing reps. That's it. Yeah, Travis. Whew. That
yeah,
top was
man.
crazy though. That top was crazy, man. I think Travis thought he got held or something because he was like, "Hey, yo," like because dude grabbed him, but he don't know he grabbing him to catch the ball. So I guess he thought he had him covered where he did. Nah, Trav, they gonna go at you, boy. You that man,
Yeah, they
okay?
did go at him. They pretty much did, and I mean, you know, like what Coach Prime told her, he said they got complacent, and that's what happened. And he said he felt it. He talked to him he said in the half, he felt it was coming. He said
Of
they
course.
getting complacent. He said he felt something coming. So
He said the same thing I said last night, Dan. There, he said when our boys slip, he said we start getting complacent, we get a slip. You hear him say that? I went back. I
yeah,
said, wait, I said the same shit. Bro, what
yeah,
you
he
thinking like,
felt
bro?
it.
Yeah, I said, I'm looking at you. I'm thinking the same shit. I said, fuck. When that kind of shit happening, you up and they score, but you getting flagged out, and that shit could change the game. And then that fucking flag on that fucking part of my language that special teams play, that changed the whole aggression of the team. I said, oh yeah, yeah, we.
Yeah, I understand. Then they called the flag on Travis when him and the receiver was going at it. I'm like, damn, that kind of hurt him. I personally would have just gave him a warning. I don't know if I would have called that unnecessary roughness on him.
It called
But
it called unsportsmanlike conduct.
yeah, unsportsmanlike.
That gave him that was going to be 3rd and 6, right? That was the drive they went down there and kicked the field goal and scored it 36-36. You know that, right? When they
Yeah,
and then they called Stoudemire right to like the next play. They called him on the pass interference. That was fake as hell too. They said let him play. Like you letting them play against the Buffs, obviously. But all of that was just again refs getting involved, and then the last play after that game, the play before that, like I said, the hold it. Come on, how you miss a hole and then call some? You miss a hole, right? Next play you call unnecessary roughness. Beep. Next play you call pass interference. Beep. Next play they get a dig, then they kick a field goal, overtime. So all
yep.
they had to do was they got a little dance slant, a little slant, right? And kick a field goal. That's all they had to do. They should have been called for a hold that first play. And it should have been 2nd and goal or some shit. Them again replaying or going back to the next down and them getting that down taken away and letting them know they getting called for holding, because after that, it was just a reference like that shit is like that's why I stopped betting shit like that, because I already know when you're trying to cover the spread, the refs do that kind of stuff. They try to keep the spread, and then sometimes the team come back, and then the other team kind of get lackadaisical, and they do this. And I'm
Yeah, I
like,
went back and looked at some of the game. The defensive line was getting held. They were.
man, come on, man. On a lot of them plays that Stanford got rolling, and then they end up flagging. Right behind that, they get a flag on. I don't see you. Like what? How you? Like I already expected. I said that in the chat 2 weeks ago. So they hold the flag for the Buffs. I seen that Stanford game. Well, Stanford USC game. I want to hear what old boys want to say about the CSU game, because I'm thinking that's what you're talking about. But yet,
Yeah,
it's
man,
a lot.
they were rolling though, man. Especially that one play. with Xavier, he pretty much jogged into the end zone.
That man almost didn't even want to walk it in. It was so
He
easy.
was jogging.
This can't be too damn easy.
I'm like, they had it rolling, man.
Right. And then the coaches, you a coach, you seeing that, they like, okay, let's try this. But guess what? All week you've been working on these 30, 40 plays. Now you bringing up a play the team might have forgot that y'all ran 2 weeks ago, or y'all was running a week ago in practice, or y'all probably ran once or twice in practice. But the game plan is this: like these are the plays you're gonna run. But then they start seeing they was whooping their ass on them play. Let's call everything. No, keep calling the motion plays you was running. Keep calling those little reverses. Keep calling those little quick 10-yard ends, those little skinny posts. Keep running those on the fake cover too, because you can play behind that second layer window. Like, just keep doing what you was doing. And then you see them come out here, they was trying to build something. Like they was going for, like I said, 5 plays touchdowns, 6 plays touchdowns, 7 plays touchdowns. They had that written up in their plays. But they started saying, okay, we can do these now because these is working. We're not gonna keep doing this over here. And then everything started. Do you see it in the play calling, man? I'm looking at it, and then now she'll say the shit. I know I'm looking at it. I'm not looking at the fuck I'm looking at, because what happens to all the motions? You start to see it. They didn't line up slot. That's it. Nothing. Just got bare. Like, went back to what ASU game was looking like. Just like no motion, no nothing. Like we've been saying, what happens to the motion? Like, I don't know. Like, you gotta play football. Like you gotta move people around. See what fronts you in, and
Yeah, I
just do
wonder
something.
is Woods, is he a natural linebacker? Like I saw him at linebacker.
He played like he was.
They had him at linebacker yesterday.
He made a lot of tackles at linebacker too. I look at how he moved and how he shuffled. He a linebacker, and like he come down just right. He know how to. He get his stunts right. He goes to linebacker. He was the one that was causing a lot of that ruckus back there in the beginning. That was a lot of
man.
him.
Coach Prime said it. He said that he moved to linebacker to help. That's the best spot at that time to help the team, and he was willing to do it.
Right, because
he didn't look so bad either.
No, he didn't look bad. He wasn't on his butt, and he was shedding blocks. He wasn't being held. Like at backer, you got to hold gaps. You see what I'm saying? It's not always about making tackles. You see what I'm saying? If the tackle come your way, of course, make the tackle. But like, you got to hold your. And he did. He held his line, like from this, like his lines on the defense that go, up, down, A gap, from the A 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like each gap is counted like odd and even going with certain. We all know that, right? But it's straight lines, and when you coming in on certain stunts, and he keep a straight line to the backfield. So I've seen it. He shuffled. I've seen him get off blocks, make another little juke move, go another block, make a tackle. When he stopped those boy at the goal line from that run play, he shook 2 blocks and made a tackle at linebacker.
Trevor's nice, man.
I said, oh yeah, this boy, he need to. If he put on, if he already like 205, he's 6'2", perfect height. He going to leave. He gonna have to put on 30 more pounds. He be about 240, 235, 248, 6'2". He'd be a nice ass linebacker that could jump. Got good enough cover speed to cover tackles. He missed that one tackle on the tight end during the end of the game, and I think that kind of like, I don't know, kind of probably like this reminding him of stop letting tight ends get by. But he played really good, man. He was second on the team in tackles, man. So he wasn't getting blocked either. He was just either getting pushed around in the backfield, or he was getting off blocks, making tackles, or he was pressuring when he had to, and he covered good. He covered good, man. Just a couple of them shits over the 13, man. That shit was crazy, man.
Yep, he's tied with 2 on the. He's tied at number 2 on the team in tackles. Him and believe it or not, him and Stoutmeyer. Stoutmeyer had 6 tackles. He had 6, and
Right.
Roger Ward had a lot of tackles. He had 9.
Right. He gonna get 9, 10 tackles. He fast. I think he hurt his shoulder when he hit that tight end, him and Travis, on the goal line. But I think he ran like a 4-3. Damn, Ward or 4-4 or something. He come down the line bringing lumber. But they got their people right now. I think they got it just right to where things can really. But that shit is like that game right there. A few big plays, refs calling these weird ass plays every minute. You shouldn't have had, like, the team that's winning 29 points shouldn't have 17 penalties called against them. There's no way. Like that's normally the team that's not playing good, that can't really get things going, that's getting all the flags. Not the team that's up by 29. It was just I just can't get. This just don't feel good. I mean, it's just it's leaving the taste in my. You know what I mean? I just can't stop seeing what I seen. You know what I mean? And then knowing football, knowing college football, how this should get crazy. Look, Blue Chip is real. Chips is real. Remember that movie Blue Chips with Shaq in the 90s?
Yeah.
And Penny? Yeah, you think that went anywhere? No, it just got really solidified, and what they were trying to do is called Vegas now and online betting. So,
Oh, that play, somebody said Shallow got blown on a play. What happened was somebody tripped. A Cooper tripped.
right.
He just tripped or whatever. It was just like a fluke play. He tripped, that's all. And then Shallow had to try to do a foot race to catch him, and that's what happened.
Right. It was
Yeah,
somebody
the guy
else there
tripped.
too who got kind of left. I think it was the middle who got left too, and then Shallow came down and got left. But that was just a slip, man, with Omarion Cooper,
Yeah, he
that first
slipped.
touchdown.
Mhm.
Yeah, he
Yeah, it
slipped.
happened.
They pulled him from the game right there. They shouldn't have. I think they should have just kind of let Omarion Cooper play, man. I know he'd be getting a little tic-tacky, but they be going at him a lot. And he stepped up when he really got to. You know what I'm saying? At first, I didn't really like Omarion Cooper playing that spot off top. Like I figured, maybe somebody else could play that spot, but I didn't really know what he could do. Really, But after seeing what he can do, I would have preferred him still in the game. But coaches are gonna make their calls. They put Stoudemire in there. I would have preferred. Okay, you gotta look at this way. Them 2 touchdowns that was on Stoudemire. Would you want Stoudemire right there or Omarion Cooper? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just off of what's going on, and right then, just holding the defense strong right there should have been. I don't know. I guess they want to really get Omarion Cooper to do something that he's not doing.
I guess like I don't know, the way I was looking at it, I would keep let me see, let me look at this. I would keep Roderick Ward out there, Shiloh out there. I would keep Cooper out there, Woods wherever how they're gonna use them. And then they also had they gotta find a way to get Slusher out there, but I do like Ward out there. And I would say Stoudemire is on the come up. I wouldn't use him. I would use Roderick Ward and Shiloh, and then the corners I would use Travis whenever he comes in, and Cooper, and then I would sub out if Travis had to take a break. I would bring in Carmani, or I know Miles is playing that. How are they using Miles Slusher?
He playing like it's like a strong safety position, but they call it the star.
The star, right? I'll keep him in,
Yeah,
and that's my team.
Right.
In the backfield. That's what I'm gonna go with. I'll have Carmani coming in to sub in for Travis. And I will keep Cooper out there. Wait, hold on a second. Damn, I guess what's his name is hurt, huh? I forgot about what's his name. He gotta be hurt then. What's his name? The one he transferred from Alabama. Him and DeMoy Kennedy is good friends.
Right. But yeah, I would definitely concede. Cooper shut him down most of the game. You know what I mean? The first part of the game,
Cooper out there, man.
He shut him down, and he made that one mistake where he just. I mean, it's late. The grass getting moist. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Look, here it is. Here's my defense, right? For the safeties, I'm going with Shiloh. I'm going with Roderick Ward, and damn, Trevor Woods. What I'm gonna do with him? I need him out there too. I'll have him where they had him yesterday. I will have Trevor Woods, and I will have Juju Mitchell at the other outside linebacker spot, and I will keep DeMoy Kennedy. Damn, he's an outside linebacker too, isn't he?
Kennedy, I think he's like a will outside rusher. He could play, but see, like for that
Can
defense,
he play middle? Because he can also.
I'm pretty sure he could play middle. He's probably one of their biggest linebackers.
He can also cover wide receivers. So I would have to have him at that linebacker spot, the outside linebacker on the left side. In the inside, I would have Bentley. In the other right side, I would have Mitchell. And then I would have Shiloh. I would have Roderick Ward. Cooper on one side, and then whenever Travis decided to come in, but sometimes I'll give Travis more of a break, and I will bring in Quez, and then have the kid sub in for Quest, because what I would do is I would have fresh legs in the game, so I would play all of them. I would play most of them. I would have fresh legs in the game, and I would keep subbing them in and out. But I would definitely have Cooper staying in there, and I would have, of course, Travis want to get in, but if Travis needs a break, I would have Quez come in and then have Kermani back him up.
I think Travis.
I would not change that. I would keep that. But the linebackers, I would have Mitchell. I would have DeMoy Kennedy on the other side. Then I would have Bentley or Ham in the inside.
You know what I think they should go ahead and like Ham and Woods might be a little better down there in the middle. Just off them playing season.
Damn, I didn't realize Trevor could play linebacker like that. So yeah, if he can be in the inside because he's fast, he's also fast. So yeah, most definitely I would have him out there.
Right, because he's not playing safety in the league. Like if he go to the league, the closest he'll get out there is strong, and he'll have to get a whole lot more coverage in him. He definitely can fill that linebacker all day, and because he got hips. But I like Ham too. Ham, like people don't really Ham. He does good at linebacker. I know they want to see Bentley. Bentley is like for the backer, he's good for like those rush attacks I've seen from what I've seen from him. But like an every down linebacker, I wouldn't say that just yet. Until I see him cover like tight ends and get out there and cover running backs and like make those hits first on the running back or fill those cut lanes. I like Ham for the cut lane. I'm thinking like that. Maybe him and Woods might be a good little backer package. Kennedy, I haven't seen much from Kennedy because
I would just keep Travis in the slot. I wouldn't have him play defense all the time. I'll have him play every now and then because he needs a break. I know he wants to be out there, but I mean, I guess he can't. He legitimately can play both sides. I don't know if I would have him on all those snaps though.
Right, that's a lot.
I gotta have Jaquez and Woods somewhere. I gotta have them in. I gotta have Slusher in too. So yeah, I would keep him at slot because we got Slusher and we got because the thing is people
Slusher,
keep going in and out and they're not playing.
Craig, you got Slusher, Craig. Who played that star spot? Slusher, Craig. You
damn, I forgot about Sloman Craig. Yeah, he just stay at slot. Have Travis just stay in the slot.
On defense, you talking about defense, right?
No, offense. I'll just have him on receiver. I'll just keep him in because we have enough. We got Slusher. We got enough on defense. We don't.
I would never put Travis at the slot on offense. Let me tell you why. This is a simple fact that the attention that he carry, if you put him in the middle, you know what you just did. You neutralize what the defense has to do because now you can play him on both sides, right? If you play him well, you can play him X wide out. Get him way out. Let him draw defense that way. You open up the whole other side of the field. So and plus you get him more likely 1-on-1. If not 2-on-1 over the top, which they know. I guess I don't know why they didn't line him up out there. Maybe because the CSU didn't look right. They don't want players to take cheap shots at Travis, on them. Because for one of them times you have to go up like that and catch the ball, and somebody will have to light his ribs up. So maybe they don't want to do that, putting him outside, solo receiver. I don't know. But putting him in tight, you let the DB outside protect him. You let the linebacker protect him. You let the linebacker right here in the outside protect him. You let the free safety over the top protect him. Then you got all the backside coverage from the line and the DB. So if you play him outside, you only get one protection coverage over the top. You might get a linebacker chipping the flat. If you don't, you chip the flat, you open the tight end. They don't help him.
Hold on one time out. I gotta send somebody to the block party. Hold on 1 second. Ain't nobody sitting here saying they're a coach. That's the deal here. Nobody's saying they're a coach. We're just sitting here talking football. I mean, you're gonna say that about LaVar Arrington? You're gonna say that because they just pretty much said the same thing we were saying. You're gonna call them coaches? I mean,
I sound like a coach, but I ain't a coach though.
Yeah, we're not a coach. We never said that.
Coach.
So since it's funny, I need you to go to another chat since it's funny. So get up out of here.
I just don't shoot
equal opportunity here. Get up out of here, man.
My
Yeah,
little
go ahead,
brothers call me
continue.
coach though. That's funny.
Yeah,
But I
trying to
never
downplay.
really.
No, what basically what it is, they're trying to downplay what we're saying. We're just sitting here talking football. We just like
Right.
talking football. That's all it is. We're not trying to say we're a coach.
Nah, none of that.
We're not
I can
trying
go
to
be
say
a
that.
coach
I
if I
bet
want.
you
I'm just talking.
anybody that's around football will tell you they need to run the ball. Anybody would say that.
Right.
So we're not doing nothing different than what these other analysts is doing. It's just that we're easy targets. You could come up here and talk and say that you're trying to minimize what we're saying.
What was wrong with what we were saying? You wouldn't
Yeah,
lose
there's nothing
Travis
wrong with
Owen.
what we're saying. We're
Hey,
not
I was
talking.
disagreeing with you. I wasn't disagreeing with the chat. Like I don't get that part.
No, I'm
I was
talking not you. I'm talking to the
chat.
It
I
was
know.
somebody in the chat I was talking to.
Right. I don't understand why they taking this so
Yeah, they
like
just gonna sit up here and try to downplay what we saying.
this is
Man,
entertainment.
go downplay LaVar Arrington. Go.
Wait,
You're probably too young to remember who he is. Linebacker University. Why don't you go downplay what he's saying?
right.
Or
I think
I bet you don't even know who TJ Hushmanzada is.
oh, I ain't heard that
So
name
go
so long.
somewhere.
Right.
Yeah, Molly Ringwald gonna come up in here and try to talk down.
Right. This is entertainment.
Molly
This is
Ringwald better get up out of here.
all right. To hit him with a disclaimer, Bax. They forget this is for entertainment purposes
Yeah,
only.
it's just we sitting up here talking.
This is not
You know?
for any informational use. You know, we could always put that out there.
Yeah,
You know,
it's just my opinion when I say like, I mean, it's like we're just giving our opinion. We just sitting up here talking. It's like I feel like certain players should get more touches. That's just my opinion. Now, it's funny that some players that played in the NFL and that are considered dogs, they're agreeing with me. They're saying the same thing I'm saying.
right?
So obviously I know something. I might not be a coach, but I've been watching football since the early 80s. So I know good football when I see it. And I happen to play too. I happen to have played football. It wasn't at this level, it was high school. But I know fundamentals. So
Right.
Molly Ringwald, you don't know what you're talking about. Go somewhere. Yeah, gonna sit up here and say it's funny how all these YouTube pages are coaches. Yeah, no, we never said we were a coach.
He just coming to the poach.
I guarantee you, if I was a coach, let me say this. All right, let me talk like a coach. If I guarantee you, if I was a coach, McCaskey will be playing more. I guarantee if I was a coach, I would have had better clock management. I guarantee you I would have slowed that game down. It would have been boring. Okay, we up. I see them coming back. Yeah, let's run that ball. I guarantee you that's what I would have done. And I learned that in high school because that's what we used to do in high school.
Right.
Yeah.
I go back on my teams and do the same. Man, if we would have played this way, that way, I could do that all day, but I've never been the coach of that team. That's not coaching. Coaching is not us giving our perspective and our outlook on what we see.
It's no different from Stephen A. giving his perspective. You're gonna
Right,
say he's a coach too, trying to be a coach too? He never even played football, but he be giving his opinion, and he get paid millions for his opinion.
Right.
And he never even played football.
Just watch the whole lot of it.
Right. He just he played sports. He played at he played
basketball.
HBCU.
Yeah, he played hoop.
Yeah, he played in North Carolina. He played hoops.
It's what you remember and who you know in the history of sports and how well is your eye at looking at good games. Like
we just like talking about it.
Right.
See, that's the thing. You'll have people saying that they don't know what they're talking. They never even played the game. No, I watched the game before some of you were born. I've been watching this game.
I haven't played.
You know what I'm saying? I've been watching this game, man.
Before most people
I guarantee
born.
half these people in here don't even know who Dave Meggett is.
Oh,
that's how long I've been watching the game. You don't even know who Pepper Johnson is. I guarantee you, if Pepper Johnson was talking, you'd probably be like, "Oh, he ain't no coach." No, dog, that's Pepper Johnson. You better do your research.
Them names sound so off to them. Them sound like cereal names.
Yeah, man. That's how long I've been watching it.
You ask somebody who that is, they might reply and say a sandwich.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, "Who the fuck is Pepper Johnson?" Well, you need to do some history then.
Yeah,
you need to go back to that Giants team with Bill Parcells. That's who started the whole water thing when they were throwing the Gatorade on the coaches. That started with Bill Parcells. That's when that started. When Leonard Little, Pepper Johnson, and Lawrence Taylor used to when the game is almost over, they're getting ready to win it. They throw the Gatorade on them. That's how long I've been watching.
Seeing LT and them. I remember LT and them playing. I
Yeah,
remember all that
LT. What you know about Mark Bavaro? What you know about
Cunningham,
Mark? I wish we had him. We
Mark
do, and
McGuire.
you know, we might have a Mark Bavaro on the team if you know
Mark
anything about
McGuire.
him.
Oh man, it's back
Yeah,
in the
Molly
days.
Ringwald gonna come up here and start talking. She don't even know who Mark Bavaro is, and gonna sit up here and try to talk down. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's
So yeah,
a lot of football right there.
that's a lot of football. That's how long I've been watching.
It's a lot of football, man. A lot.
Yes, sir.
Lots. You know,
Carl Banks. Yeah, Carl Banks.
Yeah, then I remember watching on Channel 2.
Yeah, oh man, back in the day.
Like, you remember watching football on Channel 2? They be like, huh?
Yep.
Channel 7. Monday Night Football is only on 7
Hey,
o'clock.
look, I want to
7.
tell her my Y.A. Tittle jersey is older than you.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? I got a Y.A. Tittle jersey that's older than you. Come on, man. My Bo Jackson's is older than you. I got Ken Griffey's in the closet that's older than you, man.
You got the Ken Griffey's. That's another 96, 90,
I got the
95
Barclays with
Ken
the
Griffey's.
strap that's older than her. What's she
Another
talking
95
about?
Barclays with the
Yeah,
strap.
the Barclays with the strap.
The origin blue ones.
Yep.
You got the hey, this thing.
No, I'm just having fun now. Sometimes I like trolling the trolls, and you know, I get a kick out of it sometimes.
Right, because they'll try to make fun of you, but then they'll be wearing Barclays and they'll pay $2,000 for them. But we made them clean, wearing them for $120.
Yeah.
Why are you paying $2,000 for Barclays? Because we made that stuff hot. Like, what you talking about? Like, you can't. How you gonna knock the what? What? That was us. Like, come on, yo, but let's not.
Yeah, man.
We don't gotta show our age too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm showing my age now when I say I got the Barclays with the strap. I still have them.
Not the first ones, the real ones. The other things probably got that.
What I used to do was like, with those Barclays, I do have a pair of I can't wear them no more because my feet, you know, I got them when I was a kid, but I still have them though.
Oh, okay.
I still have them. But
yeah,
man,
the ones. Them things went with anything. They went with the blue jeans with the white shirt. You can go blue jeans with the gray shirt. You can go blue jeans with the orange, purple shirt. You can have them things went with everything.
But you know, the thing is, I want to tell people, right? If you want to make content, like Thomas, do you make content?
Nah, not really.
You probably should. Like, let me tell you something. If you want to make content and talk about this, and if you know football, don't let nobody try to shame you and say, oh, you ain't play at this level. No, I've been watching. Listen, I told you I got the Barclays with the strap. That's older than every player that's playing right now. Right. I got sneakers right now that's dead stock that's older than everybody on the team. Right. So I've been watching this game that long. So we know good football when we see it. And I know for a fact that this is a good football team. It's a good football team. They have a really good football team. And I was surprised that they got all these players with this skill set together like this. It's amazing. And give them a year or so, like Prime said, take your shots now because we're only going to get better. He's right about that. They're only going to get better.
They're going to get tremendously. You see them D linemen that's coming?
Yeah, they're only going to get better.
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, they 4 or 5. They got that Georgia boy coming, 6'4", 2-something, 240, 250. Oh, man.
Yeah, they got some dogs coming. They got some dogs there now. Look at what Bishop Thomas did. I never seen no lineman do what he doing.
Watch, Bishop gonna drop like 20 pounds and play DN, watch. Or play backer. He moved to me, he moved like a linebacker, but can he cover a running back? That's the whole thing. But like, yeah definitely on that end. Better. But they about to have D-line. That D-line about to be no more problems. They with the defense, and they're gonna have their personnel right because they're gonna have returning players and seniors and some that.
Right. They're gonna have returning players that got they got experience playing together. Yeah, they're only gonna get better. It's like what they're doing is it's almost like he's taking his lumps right now. It's like an initiation.
Exactly.
This is the last time you're gonna see this team like this. It's the last time.
Right. Well, everything, flags, getting 12 people on the field. Like he's going through, like, even though like for most coaches, they go through blowouts and all the flags and getting losing seasons. Deion ain't going through the blowouts and losses. He just going through the flags and the bad play calling and stuff like that. But That's just listed as hazing. Refs like you don't like when like this Deion first year. These refs been on the field for years. Like they gain relationship with sometimes the players, the team. They know, and like they just you got to get like what I'm saying. You here now. You got to be a part of here now. So the
You
party
give
here about
him,
to be there.
listen, in under 3 years, he's gonna get in that playoffs.
He
Watch.
gonna win
Remember,
it
I
all.
said it. This is the last time you're gonna see the team like this. It's just that they came together like this, and it's taking a little bit of time. This is gonna be the last time that you're gonna see him like this. Nick Saban was the same way when he
Right,
first started.
right. He was
He
taking
took
a
his
bunch of
lumps.
L's.
Mm-hmm.
He took a bunch because that was when USC and UCLA was doing Cal was doing their thing.
Yep.
Everybody had their own little. They was still following they legendary '90s era. You know what I'm
Like
saying?
how, like the crazy thing is how you put this team together and you almost bowl eligible. That
Because
usually don't happen.
6 games, you jump out,
Yeah.
you go on
Yep.
a quick streak. Like getting on tour, you can't take away from going off on a hot start. They had a bumpy road with the injuries, but looking forward, it's just nothing but work and getting better. So
Yeah.
I don't see nothing wrong with the team because I played my junior year. My team, we was 4-3. Our total, we went 4-1 in the season, but we went 3-2 in the preseason. It was good as hell. You know what I'm saying? Next year, team wasn't as good. They had a little better record. The whole thing is, my junior year, we was all kind of new with people leaving. So my next year, it was more of us returning. And we wasn't as good, but we had a better record because we knew what to do. Like when that it don't matter, bro. It's just football is certain chemistry processes that take, and you got to go through certain shit. Like you got to
How
go through
long?
war.
A quick question: how many they gonna go 12 teams next year?
I'm not sure if they're gonna put the Big Ten or whatever they're gonna do. Big Eight about to
I mean the
be
playoffs.
the play. I'm not sure how they're gonna do the play. Are the team gonna make it, or are they gonna change it with all this changes going on? I'm just gonna sit back. I really don't care because me, it's all
That's a lot
been.
of teams.
I remember it was the Big Eight, Pac-12, like Sugar Bowl, Cotton Bowl, like
Game
what
a
I'm saying.
12-team playoff. That's gonna be
They doing
yeah.
all kind of
He's
stuff
gonna
now.
look a 12-team playoff. You give him a little bit of time, he's gonna be in the playoffs. He might do it next year. I wouldn't be
Right?
surprised if he go in the playoffs next year.
They got a good look at playoff teams. Like it depends really on who league or what the league gonna look like. Who they're gonna be all playing starting off first. Their first 5 games. All of that stuff is big. The first half of the season, what's the schedule looking like? Second half of the season, what the schedule looking like? So if they get some good, some pleasable games to like kind of like get their team going, they going to the bowl. You know what
Damn,
I'm saying?
that's something else. I can't wait for that to happen. That's gonna be interesting
See, like
because
if
at
we
that
could,
point it's a new season. You
right?
just treat it like it's like 2 seasons, like well, a season and a half. Like since you're going 12 deep in the playoffs, that's going to be really interesting. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, that's
He's going to
3
find a
more
way to get in
games.
them playoffs. I'm telling you, it's going to be crazy.
Right, that's 3 more games. So you're looking at a lot of games, and they gonna have enough man, and they ain't gonna have enough depth. Through injuries, they looking like they can do it. It's just the Savi ain't there. They got enough depth. Savi not there at all. Skills might not be there too right now, or most likely the total package skills are not there, but they're gonna definitely make a. They gonna put. I see them in a natty, if not next year for sure. The year after, but next year I think they're gonna push for a natty. Teams are gonna be scared of this team, and like
Right.
if the refs don't look, they would have been scared last night if the refs don't stop them from playing how they was playing because they came out tearing Stanford a new one. They bringing nothing but wood, and it wasn't because Stanford started balling, they stopped bringing the lumber. They stopped bringing the lumber because the rest was on their neck. Like you keep hitting them like that, and you even think about it, I'm gonna call it. They was looking to call targeting, wasn't there, and all kind of shit. Go ahead.
And if you go back to the game when the camera kept panning over to Coach Prime, he had this stare. You can tell he's watching every single position on that field. He see everything that's going on. Everything. He didn't miss not one thing.
Hell no.
He was just analyzing. He was he was being an analyst at that point.
Right. That's
And
all
he
you
was
can do.
just staring like into what was going on. And then like, okay. Yeah, I know he was saying in his mind, yeah, this is the last season y'all gonna take these shots at me. This is the last season. And I'm curious to see what's gonna happen in this portal, because what's gonna happen, this is why these coaches are hating on him. What's probably gonna happen is I'm looking to see some stars on the other team. I want to see who's gonna flip. It's gonna be a couple stars that shouldn't be leaving their teams that's gonna leave. Watch. There's gonna be a couple.
Right.
And that's what's going to make things really crazy at this
Right.
point, because he's in contention now for these players.
Right. I think it'd be more the players that's not really going too deep in the playoffs. I think they're making it to where it's going to be hard for people who playing in January to hit the portal in January. Like
I
how
think
it's
they'll
sounding.
probably do it. Well, whenever the portal open up, it'll be fine. But you remember how like Bear Alexander just said, I'm going to USC
Right.
because I want to play with Lincoln Riley and Caleb. Watch one of these stars do that and say, I'm going to go play with Coach Prime. Watch. It's going to be somebody. I don't know who it is yet.
There's going to be a few somebodies.
It's going to be a few, yeah.
There's going to be a few. I think it's going to be like it's going to be how it is. 20 freshmen and a bunch of transfers.
Yep.
You know, because you got a lot of people who, you know, that's graduate students that's playing, got 2-3 years, because COVID made every 5 year a 6 year, and every person who came in, you know, they looking at, you know, hey, I can get up out of here if I just did my school. So if they hit the books, they definitely out there. They ain't got to look at this transfer, and they be graduates. You know, them graduate students coming, man. And then the other right. Yep. Then it's the regular transfer. You got the regular transfers that's for surely coming. Then you got graduate students with 2 years left.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
It's going to be a lot coming.
Man,
and then, like I said, it's going to be, he got a really good nucleus there now for the people that's going to stay. You know,
right.
It's going to be, man, wait till the off season. It's going to be really interesting. That's why these coaches, they don't like the attention, and they know what the threat is. The threat is now he's competing against the people you're recruiting. See, when he was at Jackson State, it was all good, because you know, okay, he got Travis, but he's going to go out and now he's going to be competing with the same kids that you're trying to get, the Alabamas and the Georgias. He's competing now.
That part, because that was the only thing. Nobody, the best, you wasn't getting, like, Travis was so being getting a top rated 5-star to come to HBCU. Like, I wasn't going to Prairie View, I wasn't going to Langston, I wasn't going to Grambling. Like, I'm like, what? Like, I got mad too, because my coach out here in California, he had his recruitment like connections was Fresno and Kyle Berkeley. And then my sophomore year, we get a different coach, and his connections was Prairie View, Langston. I'm like, oh no. So that was good. I had to kind of turn me almost off the team. But I'm like, man, I'm retired, I'm playing. But, you know, just that thought of even having that option, it's like, hell no. Nah. And for Travis to go there, most players ain't doing that shit. Prime really got Travis to do that. That was so rare. Like, you wouldn't see DJ Williams go to Prairie View. You wouldn't see some of these standout all-star #1 high school players go to HBCUs. And like, that was the only thing. And you're right, now him going to Colorado with the D1 atmosphere and the capacity, he gonna win. He lucky we mess around, might have an NFL player come down and play college.
Or someone close to that level.
Right. You know what I mean? Like, a future NFL player for surely. But at the same time, yeah, man, there's no one's going to say, oh, I don't want to go play for Colorado because it's in a weak division now. They're in the top division. They're in the natty division. You can go get national publicity, airtime, high exposure, primetime coverage, and you're getting coached by a Hall of Famer who got mad connections, scouts at your practice every day. Because, see, look, people don't understand. Look, you got to look at this big. Okay, yeah, Coach Prime saying you can't go to the NFL, right? But he keeps saying this. He always remind players how they can go through the process. How you was on scout team, then you was on third team, then you met the first team, then you end up playing. You got scouts at practice every day. every fucking day. Now, a national football team, it got a whole team roster, right? Whole 100 team roster, whatever. Then they got a scout team. Then they got a practice team, right? If you're not good enough to play in the NFL next year, and if you are being scouted out in practice, and they say, oh, you know what, this guy might could at least be a good practice player, and we'll pay him to be a practice player or a scout player until he develops, or maybe he might. So you got so much action at that, bro. That's what Coach Prime is trying to get players to do. Like, you always got a chance to play football. It's just when you willing to stop playing football. Like, that's it, and that's all. You can play until your body break or whatever. Other than that, it's on you. But the option that you have at CU, so many people are going to watch this year's going to show a lot. I guarantee you, so many players like Tank and them, Savion Washington, he might go if he get his feet right and drop his pad level, because he hella tall. And when he getting bulled, you seeing him getting his chin up. That should look ugly on a 6'10" player. When you get your chin up, just drop your ass, and you 6'10". Those kind of players, they'll be perfect practice players in the NFL. They'll be perfect scout team players in the NFL. They'll get paid. You might not be on the team, but you own the team. You see what I'm saying? And if you keep playing good in the scout team, hey, keep him around. Hey, he's been playing good at scout team about 2 years, man. You think you want to move him up to, third string, or maybe give him a good look. You never know. Special teams, third string special teams. 14, 15 special teams. Certain things you can do. So if you just like, oh, I can't do good in practice, I see him jogging around. I'll be like, man, they jogging. Like, even though Prime, like they do be running, but they be jogging too. Like, even in the game, you see they be jogging. You see how they are in the game. So I get it. It look like practice. They're not running. Like, they running, they condition, but they're not. They're the way that the urgency, how it's supposed to look. Like how
You
they
want
want to
them to
hurry
go
up.
all out.
Right, because you got to scout there every fucking practice. Even if you're not good enough to play every snap, you could hold technique. You could be a body on the field just to practice or just get a team better. They showing they can play together and make each other better. So that's the big key. Like, y'all can work together and make okay. So now scouts are still like, okay, maybe we can get some practice players out of here. Like, maybe Jimmy might take a couple years. Xavier, he going. Shador, he going. He get his eye all the way there. He going. Travis going in a few years. You seeing Jet Dillon, when he get his size, he's going. When he's going, he's just NFL speed. Like, that boy so too. Like, all he got to do is put on his weight as he grows. Because he only 19. Like, you got people out there going. He got receivers going. So he ain't put on his strength. 19, you're playing with 20-year-olds. They're a little stronger. When I was 19, I was much stronger when I was 22. Like, way much stronger, So, you got all that growing. So you got all of that attention, man. So they're gonna have a huge program. I don't know who have scouts, NFL scouts at every practice, bro. Because Prime
there's
gonna pick a
scouts
good
at
one.
every practice.
Yeah, that's bruh. You know what? Bruh, come on. What?
Yeah,
Who
every practice
has
you
that?
got scouts there.
Every damn practice. He probably got a couple for sure connections. You know what I'm saying? You got a couple of players. Look, like Dylan, he already got a contract. He just got to don't show he could just lose it. That first game got him in the Jimmy Horn, when them 2 games, he got them 2 touchdowns. He already getting there. So you only need a couple games, man, to make it. They just want to see you able to really go and do it. And then getting to the pros is getting you to do it every damn play, like getting you to get it done, like push it out of you every play, like max rep your first rep like it's your last rep and your only rep. So it's like, when you get there, that's NFL mentality, and they get there, they'll be there. But just to have that option, man, come on, could you imagine going to practice and you got
Yeah, you
Patriots
got
scout
scouts
there?
there.
Man, come on, man. Come on. They talking about people not knowing what to do because they're not studying film and practice. That's like, come on, you gotta capitalize. That's why Prime said you gotta capitalize in the moment. You gotta because I could look back and say, damn, I've been through it and I didn't capitalize when I was supposed to. I see where they at. I'm like, y'all looking like me a little bit. Y'all gotta see the shit. You gotta see the shit. Don't give up. And I was there. I could have went, but it just life took over. Sometimes you gotta say fuck life and just go focus in. I say I let life take me, and shit like that happens. But for them to have that option, bro, like, you really gotta, hey man, every time you see, like I said last night, every time we see them boys, they should be in a tablet. They should be writing notes. They should be talking about this because they haven't. I know they want to act like they've been around each other for like 2 years and they know everything. They don't. The best thing to do is act like y'all in the library when y'all in every fucking where. I get it, but y'all should be library while y'all walking around. Library zombies, film zombies, like just talking to
That's what
coaches.
Tom Brady did. He stayed watching film. I mean, they did a documentary on him, like a short one. He spent so much time watching film. He was like, it took away from his family.
Right.
Because when he was in the off season, he just stayed in his office looking at film.
Man, you get addicted because it started getting good and you start to really see and it started getting good to you at one point. I don't know where he was at. He was probably at complete bliss because he just winning Super Bowls like after bowl. But yeah, man,
Why isn't 60? Who is 66 on the team? Said why isn't 66 playing?
Who is 66? They still going through a lot of personnel, so who knows why. They're gonna figure out, they're gonna make a lot of changes. But see what did happen? All of everything. This gave Coach Prime enough.
All right, hold on. We got another one. Give me 1 second. It said, Max, you joined YouTube. No, I joined YouTube 12 years ago. I got multiple channels. Now, as far as this channel, yeah. Damn, you went and searched it. Damn, dude. You said March 2000. That sound right. March 2023. This is a bandwagon channel. Deion was at FSU. This will be FSU Daily. Keep up the good work. You said no. I'm not getting emotional in the chat. I like to get with it with the trolls sometimes. Sometimes I like to get back at them. There's nothing wrong with that. I have a mouth on me. I really do. I have to contain myself sometimes. But yeah, I do like getting at people sometimes. That's all it is. I'm just having fun. That's pretty much all it is. But you took a shot at me though, because you said this is a bandwagon channel. Well, that's your opinion if you want to call it. He said, look, and he trolling. He said you joined URub or URube or whatever. I don't even know. He said YouTube, I guess, but
obviously,
yeah, I mean, you might, if you want to call it a bandwagon channel, so be it.
No,
so be it.
It's his first day in here. He ain't heard how it go down in here. It must be, because it don't all be everything prayer, everything whoop de doo see you. Nah, some of that should be like, what the hell you just do, like, because that wasn't it.
I just got to send you to the bushes just for that. You got to go to the bushes. So, and just go to the bushes. I don't need you typing no more. I'm Kim Jong-un in these comments. I'm telling you, I am. I really am.
Press the button.
Yeah. So you can't type no more. Thank you. Talking about this a bandwagon channel. Well, it could be a bandwagon channel. It's your opinion, but I don't want you to type no more.
Send him on the countdown.
Sorry for being petty, y'all.
He about to get countdown.
Get up. Let me see.
Time it.
You said bench Bailey. I thought he was Bailey on a couple of them run plays. He like 30 yards upfield, help blocking.
See, that's what he good at. He good. See,
Yeah.
run blocking, and like going out there on the screen. He the one sprung it. He sprung Dillon on that big run that one time. And TCU, he's one. He turned and got his shoulder on that free safety and got Dillon sprung. He good on moving his feet. But I think backing up with him is the problem. Backing up and blocking, I think he's more of an attacker. So I'll try. You know what? I'll put Bailey. I'll do something crazy and put Bailey on defense. I'll put Bailey ass at nose tackle and let him push somebody. Right? I'll put him there because when I see him get upfield, he shoot through that. It's a couple plays. If you watch, he shoot to the next level to the linebacker, like zoom. Like, hey, do that shit on defense. And I see you can just push your way through the next level, but you can't keep nobody from getting behind you. So I'll really put Bailey there because he do that.
He when that big run Dillon had against TCU.
Yeah, that was
Bailey
him
was
getting
right
that
there, 30 yards upfield, and he helped him get that block.
Right,
30 yards.
Right, and he was there up there. He was quicker. He got up there quicker than Dillon did.
Yeah, he did.
So put his ass. I put him at D tackle. I put him right at the nose. I put it. I like that dude McClendon. I like him. He get good plays. I don't think he every down kind of guy though. I think he needs a little bit of breather here and there because he already getting outweighed and he getting pounded. I think if he get a rotation on that side, he'll make some plays. But you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like they got players. I think the players they got on that team don't know their position. They just figuring out how to play football for themselves. You know, college, you still kind of, and sometimes if you go into college, you in high school, and you was a good two-way player, you choose a side, you might have been good, better the other way at the end. Like even me, like I played sandbacker. So I was in college, I was 6'5", 255, 250. And they kept putting me at D tackle. But in high school, I was a middle linebacker, D end, tight end, X receiver, wide receiver. I was at 230. I was 6'5". I think if I would have kept my weight and played at receiver, I would probably been a little bit better. But my knees, though, I didn't want to get hit in my knees because I was having knee problems. So I like bringing the contact. So I played sandbacker. I did good at sandbacker, but I really didn't know where I was feeling really comfortable at sandbacker, at middle linebacker, at D tackle, at D end. Like they was moving me around in college because I was kind of quick. Like I shuttled 3.9, so you shuttle 3.9 at 250, they're gonna move you on the line. So I was putting the line, and I see that with these players. Like some of them really don't know where they stand out at. I think that is just personnel and coaches knowing what you got on the field. Like I can see it. Like I said, damn, Bailey got like if you watch that last game last night, you see him make a couple good moves on the line, moving up to the next level, but stepping back, getting back in his hunch, shooting. Like, nah, that's not him. I don't know, trapping. He trapping. He put his head down on the block. Like keep your head up, find the outside shed, do something like that. But yeah, I think that's like that, man. You can see it. They did it with Woods. You see what I'm saying? So
Right. Yeah, put him at linebacker.
right, put him at linebacker, put him here. They're doing a lot of that. When they finally settle, you know, because you got so much talent. It's like when you can go into the mall and get everything, it's harder for you than when you can go into the mall and you got to go get one thing. You know what I'm saying? So they got
Right.
so much to work with. Is for them collectively to put it all together. They still not doing that just yet because that's why we still wondering why they. It's not just happening in the running back department. You can see that. I've been watching it for a while. Like right when they moved from JSU, like I was watching a lot of JSU games because I was watching Deion. I remember his little real reality show back in like 13 and 12 and all that. Watching that show all the time, but like watching for a while. But coming here, that big move and that jump. I've been watching late, like from JSU, he was still moving people around, you know what I'm saying? And now he's still doing it because he hasn't really been having a chance to, as a coach, you know, to sit down. He's been moving for years. But he's doing a hell of a good ass job. But them boys, again, if they step up, it's not in their talent. For some reason, because they've been so dependent on being the best player and letting their talent shine, they not catching that you got to get in the film and really get it in between the ears. Because again, I'm gonna say it all year. Those 4 wins were all off talent. It wasn't off of play calling and Noah. It was off play calling at certain points. I can't say that, but it wasn't mostly. It wasn't off them knowing the plays because for the last 4 games, we've been seeing Shador screaming at receivers. So, and people not playing right and people not getting in they staying in their back pedal and people, you know, blowing coverages and linemen letting people run by. So it hasn't been on their thinking skills. That's the problem. It's been on their fucking skills, like our agility, their talent. And that, again, it's not going to get you ball games. You have to, because when teams scout you out, you have to execute what's going to beat the team scout. So if they're going to cover this on you, you got to know to do this to help you get open. You got to know to do this and that just to make this simple adjustment. Yeah, last week it was covered over the top. This week, this team wants to play in the middle. So you're gonna go a little deeper this time. Like, so look for this, look for that. It's not there on the offense to make adjustments like that because they're still figuring out What the fuck? All right, so what plays we running this week? I don't even know this play, bro. What is it again? Shador out there gotta call numbers because they gotta understand the set they in, so they can just run a route in that number set because they can't get complex in the offense because they're gonna be out here. What? You see Xavier, he was running back and forth one time. He was like, well, I'm lining up before the huddle. Like, bro, why is you doing that? Then he ran to the other side. I was like, bruh, all of that shit is just telling you, it's like, hey, they gotta really get down in their book, yo.
They gonna get it together.
Yeah, they're gonna get it right, man. They'll get it right this week because it's going back to TCU game because
Watch this. Watch they come beat UCLA. Watch.
They're going.
I said it. They're gonna beat UCLA. Watch. And the people gonna be like, well, what the hell? Like, how come they couldn't beat? Watch. They're gonna beat UCLA. Watch.
Man, they're gonna beat the brakes off. Look. After a blowout loss, shit like that, you get blowed out, you lose a tough game like that, you come back mad, bro. You come back with
They're
vengeance.
gonna be like, oh, everybody got us messed up now.
Oh, yeah.
Watch they beat UCLA. Watch. And watch they beat Utah. I'm telling you, watch.
Utah about to get beat up. I think Oregon win.
Utah the last game. Watch.
I think Oregon just beat UCLA, USC.
I'm just beginning to think. Well, yesterday was Friday the 13th, right? Bro. That was a fluke, yo. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
it was a fluke game, man.
You can't be too far away.
Something weird happened on that field, man. Somebody, I don't know what happened. It was a fluke, man. That's just what it is.
Yeah. I can't.
And the refs cooking, and the refs too. I hate to make excuses, but yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I hate to make excuses, but yeah, the refs did. I could see. Okay, they called the penalty on Travis. Yeah, he got into a little shoving. They should have called a double. Well, didn't the guy shove him too or something?
They were shoving each other like that.
They always catch the last person that did it. That's how it works.
But Max, that play right there, that happens on every fucking play. Like, you always see the receivers behind the play doing that. Like, refs never call that play, bro. That don't make, like, I can see, like, you see, that shit is normal. That's what DBs and receivers do. Like, they're fighting, they're tussling. Sometimes it take the whistle stop and they still kind of like jerking at each other. Like, if they walk away from each other, then go back and then start doing all that, okay, yeah, that's intentional. But in the midst of them playing football and them going back and forth like that, what, you want Travis just to get punked? Or like, you want the CU to just have people go out there and just lay into them and they can't pick their head up? Like, that's what they want. They want teams to know, like I said it the other day, like I said in the chat, they want teams to know you can go and take a cheap shot at these boys and we not tripping. Like, literally. If that was a USC game, if that was a Michigan game, if that was a Ohio State game, that shit would be called, bro. Like, they're not letting them boys do that because they respect the teams. They don't respect Colorado. The league don't. You know what I mean? Because they was getting blowed out forever. You see what I'm saying? So to come in and demand respect from the refs, you got to play excellent football. You got to take the steps, man. This is the steps. Like, you don't go out there, you was bummy as hell, and you don't go out there and play excellent football and keep the refs out the game because the refs been flagging you all year. Last year, the year before, you known for this shit. They going to keep that on you. It's like the Raiders. Like the Raiders, bro. The refs ain't going to never call shit for the Raiders because the Raiders is known for getting flags. Like, and that CSU game kind of put them on that. So they got to rechange the whole culture. CSU fucked them, bro. CSU I think it was a plot to go ruin their penalty look and play dirty and shit so they can play dirty back and make it look like a dirty team. So refs are only flag CU for shit that they doing. Unnecessary fucking roughness, unsportsmanlike conduct on some bullshit. All these players hit hard and sniff their nose or do the pose or after a big hit. All of them. Why call it when he do it? Oh, you don't want him excited about what he just did. You don't want him to bring that attention. All of that shit, bro. So they got to go through all of them steps as a team. They got to show the league that they can play excellent football without mistakes, without penalties, and do it consistently. So where when the refs do make a call, they got to call it right. Because if you out there playing sloppy, you're going to let the refs control the game. And that's what kind of what we've been saying. Not really that so much because the game's been so exciting, but that's what we've been seeing with all these flags since CSU, like for real. You know?
Yeah.
That's what it is, man. And that's what Coach Prime is saying. He's like, we got to get prepared. Prepared ain't running laps because you already fit. You just don't want to lose shape. What you want to do is be prepared for who you playing. And 3 days to prepare. And this game too was quick. Like 3 days to prepare, 2 days. It's tough, man.
Yeah, they had to play on Friday. It was they missed that extra day. It was abbreviated.
Right.
So.
Right. That extra day, especially when you playing like how they was playing, you know, they had those little 3 games like a little tough little stretch. Go to Oregon, you know, get smacked in Oregon, then woke up, you know what I mean? Then come back USC, show you can compete. Arizona, show you can play your game, and it took a lot out of them. I think I'm gonna put it back to what I was saying. I think the excitement of Travis coming back and the focus of him playing well this week was a lot of what took them out their game plan. Because the week before, Shador was throwing the ball around and everybody was getting touches. And that kind of what we were saying, that was going to happen. But run the game plan to that, you know. If people are open, give it up.
Right.
You know, and it's all kinds of stuff could happen. It's a bunch of plays. Travis got forced that thing. It's bombs the other way. But run the ball. Ain't no way in football heaven. Ain't no way in the creators of the football, when you up 29 points, you just completely stop running the ball, bro. I don't give it. Look, you run the ball every series that they didn't make it. They take off at least 5 minutes of that game. Stanford didn't score and tie the game up till 40 seconds left in the game. Like 50 seconds left in the game.
All right, since somebody said this, they're not picking up the blitz. What's your answer on that? Like picking up the blitz?
Who, me? My answer?
Like
yeah, they're not. They're not picking up the blitz. Like
how would you go about doing that?
Well, simple. Like remember I said last night. I said if you know they're coming with 4, right? That's off top. Run a formation that could cover 5. You can bring down. You can bring down the slot and play him off the line of scrimmage and make that player cover. And if he leaves his spot in blitz, you can throw it right to his spot. Or you can run toss plays that's going to kill the blitz because you got Dylan. Like if you see blitz, okay, blitz. It was a play where he read it and he should have gave it to Dylan and Dylan would have been to the house. He did it the same thing ASU game, but when you see those kind of 4 against, because they're not really beating up CU on their big cover packages. They're beating CU up on their little split option passes. They get out there, they got 5 on the line, and they get beat with the outsides. So you got the 5, now bring in a tight end, or you can bring in another tackle and play strong and just set up a backside wall for Shador to run slants all day. There's so many, because they can set up a backside wall. They've done it a few times, but their offense isn't designed for that. If they want Shador to throw a quick hitches and 10-yard ends, that's how Stanford beat. If you look and watch the game, one way how Stanford beat us besides holding, they started to run pass plays where the tackles just set up a backside wall and they ran that little 5-yard slant. That beats the blitz. When they run it right to where you blitz. And that's what was happening. Then they started to cover on it. And then the slot just line up a little bit outside. And then he just do the same thing and get the ball. He couldn't fucking stop the slant. But that's mostly how you beat blitz packages. But they're not doing that. We expect them to do it. Like, that's be the typical thing to do. I don't know if being obvious isn't well enough to be good. I don't know. But at the same time, it's many things you can do to pick up the blitz. Pitting, you can put 2 tackles down, one side, have a tight end in some of those situations, go max pro, like you got real 101s, and you really got these boys playing like the run, because now they got to line the box, and you can just see where everybody's at. And then you can just go from there. They get this all kind of different, but this whatever the OC, he's a tight end in real life. I get it. He should know. Like, but that goal line, bro, I said, no excuse. You got boot option. You got sweep. You got reverse. You got all of these things that you could do. You got Antonio with the slant. You got Jimmy Horn in the slot. You got Michael Harrison with the tight end. Red zone. No way they should have got that shit turned over right there. That was a bad play calling. You bunch tight, you get the blitz, like I said, now you tight bunch. That was like, I'm like, why? I knew it was bad. I'm like, what the fuck? Because you could be a strong side, weak side backer, and you can cover the tight end, you can cover the running back or the slot, and you can be right from where you about to blitz. Or you could delay and cover and then still blitz. Or you can just stand there and guard these people off the cut. And they just covered the outside. Like they had the DB outside of the bunch and they covered the middle. And that was dumb as hell. When the play before that, they ran like a jet. They ran a motion sweep and beat the shit out of them. Run the motion sweep, Dylan. Dylan, motion. Had Dylan go out, come back around. All right, give him the ball. Let him zoom around the corner. They was getting beat around the corners. But they didn't do that. They should have ended that game yesterday, Max, truthfully. They should at least have about 60 run plays. It should have been 60 run plays to about 30 passing plays, easy.
That would have really slowed the game down.
That would have ate all that clock up.
Yeah,
remember,
clock up.
Right. Because they scored with 50 seconds left for field goal. That's what now, if you just run the ball 10 more times, so what if they didn't get a first down? You took off at least 2 minutes. That situation doesn't happen. Shit like that, bro. You see, it's little. You can minute this shit. You can literally just go. But is the mainstream goddamn media gonna say this? Are the reporters gonna say this? I doubt it. You know what I mean? They're gonna keep it to where the players fell asleep. They're not gonna make it like if Colorado, even though Stanford, because they're not gonna say, well, how Colorado lost momentum, because Stanford didn't get a pick. It wasn't really stopping the ball. They got a big sack late, but other than that, like, they really wasn't doing much. Doors running all over them. Even when they came back and scored to take the game into overtime or keep the lead up at 10, they wasn't being stopped. They was just stopping themselves with the rinky-dink plays. And it's like, where'd the motion go? Where'd it go? You see it. Watch the game again, man. The whole first half, they motion. They motion. Second half, they line up and go. It is, fuck. Sean, let's do Sean Michael. I want to call him Sean Michael. I'm gonna call the OC Sean Michael so bad. But, hey, but he need to quit. He need to quit playing in them rings he in and watch some football, because he got a lot of stuff, man. It's just Damn.
But man, I appreciate you coming on. I gotta make a run real quick. So
Yeah, that's what's up.
yeah, I gotta pick somebody up from the airport. I forgot about that. It's like raining too, so I guess I got about an hour to go. But yeah, I'm gonna get up there. But yeah, man, we gotta do it again. Definitely like well, they got the bye week, so it'll be a while. But I'll occasionally come on. You'll
Yeah,
catch me on.
for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I like your knowledge of the game.
Oh yeah,
And so
I play hoop and football.
yeah,
Well,
I know you
track too.
told me. Yep.
Yeah, I did a lot playing sports growing up.
All
Yeah, I
right.
did. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about in sports. Brett, no horses too. We bet horses? No.
Man, I used to back in the day, but nah, man. You know, I stopped the gambling thing because this is the first year I like, all right, let me put some money on just to say that I know they're gonna do something. So what happened was the TCU game, I won a moderate amount and I still had that money in that account and I just use it just on the games. I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna put money on the game, you know, but yeah, I don't usually bet on sports like that.
Yeah, I
But
stopped betting with that too. I stopped
yeah,
betting
you
years
like
ago.
boxing? I like boxing too.
Yeah, I used to like boxing. My dad used to box. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I used to box back in the day boxing. When I think I fell out with Lennox. I fell
Oh,
out back
Lena.
in Lennox day. Lennox
Yeah.
Lewis and Tyson days. I kind of stopped watching. I think I was in college still playing or something. Got all footballed out back then.
Yeah.
That's when
Yeah.
I was football madness. You know.
All right, man. Good talking to you.
All right, you too, Max, man. Take it easy, man. Travel well and
All right, you too.
enjoy your day.
All right, peace.
All right, peace.
All right, y'all. Thank you for joining. Like I said, I'm just giving like my opinion, that's all. And you know, like that. But you know, I never played at this level, but I know they're a good team though. That's all I know. They're a good team. They're gonna get even better. But mark my words, I say it now. They're gonna beat UCLA, man. Watch. They're gonna beat them. Then people are gonna be like, damn, how they do this? It's just the way this season is going. Yep. They're gonna go to Los Angeles and they're gonna go to that Rose Bowl and beat them. So that's my prediction on that. And like I said, I don't know what it was, just something in the air or something last night. I don't know what happened, but I thought I was done. I said, I'm going to bed, man. I said, I can't watch this no more. This is done. This is in the bag. And then I'm just sitting there. I was like in a daze. And then I looked at the score and I started calculating. I said, oh man, this ain't over yet. And then, you know, it is what it is. Man, I don't know what they call this game, like the something miracle for Stanford. I don't know what they call. They got to name it something. But yeah, it was something else. They had a couple players on that team, man, that I think they're dogs, man. That especially that one on the I can't remember if he was a linebacker. I think he was. Yeah, he was getting money, and that other guy on the defensive line, he was getting money too. But that's what happened. They all bring their A game, and that's just what it is, man. But they still gonna be the most watched team. That UCLA game is gonna be. They're gonna have a lot of views on that. The stadium is sold out already, so it don't matter. Each game they playing is gonna be sold out. It's gonna be the same next year too. It's just Prime has that Midas touch. People want to, like he said, they want to beat his team. So, and it's all odds are going to be on him. It's gonna stay that way. Guys, y'all have a good one. Y'all be safe out here. And yeah, man, y'all be safe. That's why I like doing it. It's like a healthy distraction for me. I just like to get into this, and then there's stuff going on around the world that's crazy. But this is a good distraction for me for a little while. All right, y'all. Peace.